Last year, the Central City girls pulled off a sweep over the Alburnett Pirates. However, the Central City boys suffered 3 losses against Alburnett, including a postseason game that ended their season. Tonight, both teams are looking to pick up some momentum with big victories over Alburnett. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's presentation of Wildcat Basketball on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page. I'm David Warrington, and the Wildcats are in Alburnett tonight, taking on the Pirates. And before we get started, I have to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we're here for you. It's a cold, snowy Friday night here in mid-December, closing in on the holiday break. And the Wildcats are on the road here again tonight. Second road game of the week, getting set to take on a couple of quality Alburnett ball clubs. Girls are up first. And let's take a preview of tonight's teams. First, your Central City Wildcats. Wildcats come in 2-6 on the season, loses of 4 in a row. Fell Tuesday at North Lynn. Final there was 88-29. Assistant coach for the Wildcats is Andy Smith. Central City's head coach in his second season is Al Fear. During his time with the Wildcats, Coach Fear with a record of 15 wins and 16 losses. Some players to keep your eye on here tonight for Central City include the leading scorer. That's Bailey Weber. The junior is averaging 14.1 points per night to lead the team. Also dishes out 2.1 assists, adds in 1.9 steals. Those are both tops on the team as well. A couple of freshmen to keep your eye on here as well. Lexi Dedeker, the second leading scorer at 6.5 points per ball game, as well as 5 rebounds. That is also second on the team. And another freshman, Sloan Smith, averages 3.8 points per game and adds in 6.1 rebounds, which is second on the team. And now taking a look at tonight's opponent, the Pirates out of Alburnett. Pirates are 4-2 so far this season. Winners at Starmont on Tuesday by a final score of 65-25. Assistant coach for the Pirates is Josh Caves. Alburnett's head coach in his 7th season is former Central City Wildcat head baseball coach. That is Brendan Drawn. During his time with the Pirates, Coach Drawn with a record of 76 wins and 64 losses. A few players to keep your eye on for Alburnett here tonight. First off is Allie Olmstead. The junior is the second leading scorer at 10.8 points per contest. Leads the way in several other categories, 14.7 rebounds. Got to keep her off the glass, which will be a tough task. 1.8 steals per night and 2 blocks. Again, all 3 of those last stats are tops on the team. Also, Isabel Grabard, another junior, averages 6.3 points and 3.7 rebounds per game. Leads the way in assists with 4 per contest and is tied for second on the team in steals. She averages 2 of those per ball game. And the last player to keep your eye on is Lacey Neighbor. Neighbor is a senior, averaging a team-high 11 points per game. That has been off the bench so far this season. Second leading rebounder with 5 of those per contest. Tied for second with Isabel Grabard in steals with 2. And again, doing all of this damage off the bench to this point in the season. Taking a look at the series history between these two squads. Since 2008, the Pirates have doubled up Central City. They lead the series 20-10. Pirates won 16 straight from 2011 until 2019. But the Wildcats have done better as of late. They are winners of 4 out of the last 5 in this series, including a sweep a season ago. On December 14th of last year in Central City, it was a 52-42 Wildcat win. Or I'm sorry, that game was here in Alburnett. The game in Central City was on the 18th of January, some 11 months ago. And that was a 65-43 victory for the Wildcats. I remember Bailey Weber went off that game for 30 points. Leading the way for a victory over the Pirates. Captains, are meeting in front of the scorer's table at the moment. We're about 5.5 minutes away from tipping this one off. And while we've got some time, let's take a look at what's been going on around the conference so far this week. Nobody played on Monday. Everybody was off on Tuesday in conference play. On the west side, Central City went to North Lynn, but the Lynx got the win 88-29. Alburnett was at Starmont, and the Pirates took down the Stars 65-25. Over in Edgewood, the Edgewood-Colesburg Vikings hosted East Buchanan. Buccaneers snuck out of there with a 60-55 victory. And Maquoketa Valley went to Springville, where the Orioles got the better of the Wildcats 49-44. On the east side of the conference, North Cedar was at Easton Valley on Tuesday. The Riverhawks snuck away with a 40-37 win. Marquette Catholic went to Midland and had their way with Midland. That is 60-28 the final there. And Calumet-Wheatland went to Lisbon, won it by 7, 40-33. Few teams were in action in non-conference action last night. Edgewood-Colesburg went on the road and got a non-conference victory over Clayton Ridge, 42-32. Springville played up. They hosted the bigger Cascade, and the Cascade Cougars got the win 64-40. And Midland hosted Tipton, but it was Tipton that came away with a 59-48 victory in that contest. So now here tonight, here's what it looks like around the conference. First on the west side, Central City is here in Alburnett. We've got East Buchanan at Northland. Springville is at Starmont. And Edgewood-Colesburg is at Maquoketa Valley. On the east side, Midland's at North Cedar. Easton Valley is at Lisbon. And Prince of Peace is on the road taking on Calumet-Wheatland. If I was a betting man on those other three west side games, Northland over East Buchanan, Springville over Starmont, and let's go Maquoketa Valley over Edgewood-Colesburg. And with that said, here's a look at how the Tri-Rivers West standings look to this point. Starmont is the only team still without a victory in conference play. They are 0-5. Edgewood-Colesburg is 1-4 in the conference. Central City is 1-3. At 3-2 are a trio of teams: Maquoketa Valley, East Buchanan, and Alburnett. Springville is 4-1 for second place, and the lone unbeaten in conference play are the Northland Lynx. By the way, it looks like that is incorrect. Central City is in fact 1-4 in Tri-Rivers West play, I believe. So they would be tied with Edgewood-Colesburg. About 3 minutes away from tip-off, and let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's starting lineups, and these are official. They have one of these scoreboards here in Alburnett that shows you the points and fouls of any individual player that's on the floor, and they have the starters up there. So let's take a look. First for Central City. First off, Belle Whitson will be in the starting lineup. The junior is getting her first start of the season, averaging just over 2 points per game, adding in half a rebound and half an assist. Lexi Hennick will also be in the starting five, a fellow junior, averaging just under 2 points per contest, nearly 1.5 rebounds and 0.7 steals as well. Lucy Smith is get the start as well. The senior is averaging 2 points per contest this season, just under 4 rebounds and 1 assist. The lone freshman in tonight's starting five is Lexi Dedeker. Dedeker averaging 6.5 points per game so far this season, 5 rebounds, second best on the team, and 1.8 assists. And rounding out the starting five for Central City is Bailey Weber. The junior is leading the team with 14.1 points per contest, shooting at a team best 70% from the free throw line, adding in 3 rebounds, team best 2 assists, and a team best 2 steals per night. And now the starting five for the hosts here tonight, the Alburnett Pirates. First off will be a freshman, that's Miranda Neighbor, starting her 5th game in 7 games played. This is the 7th game played for the Pirates, so she's played in every game. Neighbor averaging 7.5 points per game, 1.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and 1.5 steals. A senior is also in there, that's Ava Arman. She started every game, averaging 5.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and adding in 1.5 steals. Well-rounded player in that starting lineup. Also have Isabel Grabard. She's a junior, averaging 6.3 points per contest, 3.7 rebounds, and a team best 4 assists, along with 2 steals. Allie Olmstead is a junior, getting in the starting nod. Player to watch for sure is Olmstead. Very well-rounded, does a lot of things. 10.8 points per night, second best in the team. Leads the way in rebounds with 14.7, and blocks with 2 per contest. And rounding out the starting five is Savannah Caves. The junior averages 7.2 points per night, 3.2 rebounds, and 3.3 assists with 2 steals. It is worth noting, like I mentioned a little bit ago, Lacey Neighbor, 11 points per game for the senior, leading the way in scoring. Does not start, is not starting again here tonight. She will play off the bench. So both teams have made their way over to their respective benches. Clock is under 30 seconds. We are just about set for the starting lineups, after which we will have the national anthem, and it will be time to tip it off here from Alburnett. My first roadie of the year. First couple of games for me were in Central City. Wildcats in a hostile environment here tonight over in Alburnett. Should be in for a good one. We'll see if the Wildcats can give these Alburnett Pirates in this girls game a run for their money. Alburnett Pirate boys coming up a little later on tonight are one heck of a good team. certainly will be a challenge for our boys, but hopefully a challenge they are ready to try and take on. Now we'll follow along with the Alburnett Public Address announcer as here are the starting lineups. First of all, a junior, number 1, Belle Whitson. For the Pirates, a freshman, number 4, Miranda Neighbor. For the Wildcats, a junior, number 2, Lexi Hennick. For the Pirates, a senior, number 11, Ava Arman. For the Wildcats, a senior, number 20, Lucy Smith. For the Pirates, a junior, number 12, Isabel Grabard. For the Wildcats, a freshman, number 22, Lexi Dedeker. For the Pirates, a junior, number 21, Allie Olmstead. For the Wildcats, a junior, number 23, Bailey Weber. And for the Pirates, a junior, number 23, Savannah Caves. Assistant coach for the Wildcats is Andy Smith. Second-year head coach is Al Fear. Assistant coach for the Pirates is Josh Caves. Seventh-year head coach is Brendan Drawn. Now step aside for the playing of our national anthem. The anthem has been played, and we are just about set to go for some Tri-Rivers Conference basketball. Wildcats wearing their road blacks with Wildcats across the chest in white numerals with white trim. Pirates are wearing their home white uniforms. Pirates across the chest in purple numerals with gold outline, purple and gold trim on those Pirate uniforms. Again, the starting 5, Whitson, Hennick, Smith, Dedeker, and Weber for the Wildcats. Neighbor, Arman, Grabard, Olmstead, and Caves for Alburnett. Will be Bailey Weber jumping center for the Wildcats, opposite Allie Olmstead. Ball is in the air, controlled by the Pirates. We are underway. Isabel Grabard bringing it up for Alburnett. Picks it up, swings over top of the key to Savannah Caves. Now over to Arman, going short corner to the Caves. Picks up her dribble, now into the corner to Neighbor. Pirates swinging the basketball around. Grabard nearly loses it, gives over to Arman. Arman looking around, 15 on the shot clock on this first possession of the basketball game. Down to 10 on the shot clock, goes inside, finds Olmstead, gets right to the perimeter. Taken away for a moment, now Olmstead driving inside, loses the basketball. Last touched by the Pirates, so Wildcats get a stop and force a turnover on the opening possession of the game. Pirates will be in a full court press here. 4 Pirates in the Wildcat backcourt. Whitson takes the inbounds pass, throws it away, taken away by Savannah Caves. Her layup's no good. Offensive rebound by Neighbor. Now over right wing, Arman will take a three-pointer. That is good. Ava Arman gets our scoring started tonight. She knocks down the triple. Pirates 3-0 early. Whitson gets it over to Weber. Still in the backcourt. Dribbling up, sends it over to Whitson in the front court. Inside to Hennick. Hennick takes a couple steps too many. That's a turnover and the traveling violation. And it goes back to Alburnett. A minute gone here, 3-0 Pirates. 3 points coming on a triple from the lone senior in the starting 5, Ava Arman. Savannah Caves with the basketball. Swings top of the key to Neighbor. Now going inside, cutting to the basket. Layup is no good from Grabard. Put back from Olmsted is no good, and Dedeker pulls in the rebound. Looking to slow things up, gets it over to Whitson. Brings it across half court. Whitson has it left wing, now dribbling to her right. Now Whitson gives to Dedeker. Dedeker picks up her dribble. In trouble, poked away. Last touched by the Pirates, stays with Central City. Shot clock is down to 16 seconds. Dedeker will throw it in. Gets it into Lexi Hennick. Shot clock starting to wind down. Ball goes out of play, tipped out by the Pirates. Wildcats keep it, now down to 12 seconds on the shot clock. 6:20 to go in the first quarter. 3-0 Alburnett. Whitson will throw it in. It's going to be tipped out of play once again by the Pirates. Ava Armin, the one that got her hand on that one. Now Whitson gets it into Lucy Smith, top of the key. Inside to Dedeker. Nice step-through move, off the glass, too strong. Olmsted uses those long arms to pull in the rebound. Pirates looking to run. Grabard sending it short corner to Neighbor. Now over to Armin for a three. She got it. Ava Armin knocks down her second triple here early on in this game. Armin with 6. And the Pirates lead 6-0 as a foul is going to be called on Armin. First foul of the contest for either side. As quick sub here for Central City. As Savannah Cook is into the game, the freshman replaces Belle Whitson. Cook averaging 5 points and 4 rebounds per game. Inbounds pass will go to Lucy Smith in the front court. Inside to Cook. Right away gets a layup. Short arms that rebounded by Olmsted. Grabard skips it ahead to Caves. Looking to go downhill. Goes inside to Neighbor. Tries to find Olmsted, instead finds Grabard top of the key. Over to over to Neighbor. And we've got an offensive foul called against Alburnett. That'll be the Pirates' second. And it's a turnover, goes back to Central City. This one goes against Allie Olmsted, that is her first. Olmsted, the leader of this Pirate team, averaging a strong double-double, nearly 11 points and nearly 15 rebounds per game. Bailey Weber with the basketball, trying to break this press. Goes to the near side, gives it across half court to Dedeker. Driving inside, picks it up, back to Smith. Thought about a jumper, now out to Weber. Weber has it right wing, uses a screen from Dedeker. Being pressured heavily, picks up her dribble out to Hennick, Goes inside to Smith, poked away by Olmsted, stays with the Wildcats. 13 on the shot clock. 6-0 Alburnett, 5:21 to go in the opening quarter. Bailey Weber will inbound the basketball. Gets it into Lexi Hennick. She will put up a three-pointer. That is no good, too strong off the backboard, and it's rebounded by the Pirates, pulled in by Savannah Caves. Long down-court pass, finds Armin. Kicks it out, over to Caves, fakes a three. Driving inside, Caves lays it up, misses everything, and it's going to be rebounded by Weber. Weber crossing half court. Looking to find something inside. Picks it up, passes it out to Dedeker in the high post. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. That is no good. Savannah Cook working the offensive glass, but it's blocked by Olmsted. Cook still fighting for it, secures it. Great hustle from the freshman. Cook has it right wing, going top of the key. Now go to Hennick right wing. Hennick dribbling towards the top of the key, uses a screen from Dedeker, now gives it to Cook. Over to Dedeker, has it at the top of the key. Gives the high post to Weber. She'll drive inside, lays it up, that's no good. Rebounded by Olmsted. Olmsted's a strong defensive presence in there, using her long arms. Trying to disrupt some shots. Armin driving inside. Kicks it out. Open three for Caves from the left wing. That is going to be no good. Olmsted working the offensive glass. Picks it back up and swings it out to Grabard. Grabard over to Neighbor. Over to Armin. Caves will take a three-pointer. That one is good. Savannah Caves knocks down a left wing three. It's 9-0 Alburnett on 3 triples. 2 from Armin, 1 from Caves. Dedeker in trouble. Double teamed in the backcourt. And that is nearly a 10-second violation. Took about 9 seconds, but they do get it over. Dedeker gives it to Hennick. Hennick going inside to Weber. Puts it up. That is no good. Smith trying for the rebound, but pulled away by Armin. Ava Armin looking to bring it up the floor for the Pirates. 9-0 Alburnett. Up to Neighbor. Now into the corner to Grabard. Back to Armin right wing. Looking to drive inside. Grabard kicks it out. Armin looking to go inside. Dumps it down to Olmsted. Great feed. And Allie Olmsted is there to lay it up and put it down. 11-0 Alburnett. 3:20 to go in the opening quarter. We're going to have a timeout. 32nd timeout is called by Coach Fear. First timeout of the ball game to this point. 3:21 to go in the opening quarter. It is Alburnett 11 and Central City 0. Scoring breakdown for Alburnett. They got 2 quick threes from Ava Armin. Savannah Caves added the triple. And then the other layup goes to Allie Olmstead for those 2 points. No scoring yet from Central City, 11-0 Alburnett. 2 Pirates, or fouls on the Pirates, I should say. 1 on Armin, 1 on Olmstead. No fouls on Central City yet. Avery Wise and Sloan Smith are both into the game for the first time for Central City. They join Dedeker, Weber, and Cook. So 3 freshmen out there here at the moment. As for Alburnett, got a couple of new faces. Lacey Neighbor, their leading scorer, is in off the bench. 11 points per ball game for her. Also Peyton Scott into the game for the first time. She's a junior, averaging 5 points per game. Wildcats looking to get inside. Dump down to Smith from Dedeker, gets in there. Smith stepping through, kicks it out. Cook will take a free throw line jumper. That is good. Wildcats are on the board as Savannah Cook gets the free throw line jumper to rattle home. It's 11-2 Alburnett. Graubard running the one. That is Caves. Going to Lacey Neighbor. Lays it up off the glass. Too strong. No good. Rebound tipped around. Fight for it. Allie Olmstead picks it up. Has it poked away by Dedeker. Falls to a knee. And a kicked ball is going to be called as Dedeker got her foot on that one. We'll stay with the Pirates. 18 on the shot clock. Savannah Caves will throw it in. Everybody else in a box around the paint. Caves looking around, trying to find something. Gets it in. It's poked away. Olmstead does get it up, however. Good job by Olmstead to fight through and manage to get that one up when it looked like she had trouble even getting the shot off. She's got 4. It's 13-2 Alburnett. Dedeker kicks it down, poked away by Olmstead, and taken away. Allie Olmstead secures the steal, gives it over to Savannah Caves, who brings it into the front court, has it left wing. Gives it over to Peyton Scott, now swing to Armin right wing. Gives it to Lacey Neighbor, top of the key, looking to drive inside. Picks up her dribble in the paint, kicks it out. Scott going baseline, good take, puts it up. Before the shot, there was a foul on Sloan Smith. That is Central City's first. Will be a baseline out of bounds upcoming for the Pirates. Will be Savannah Caves to throw it in. Caves inbounds to Scott. Open look from 3. She can't get it to go. Olmstead with the offensive board. Another 3-pointer. This one from Armin. That one can't go either. Fight for the rebound. It's picked up by Dedeker. She's looking to run right away. Dedeker picks up her dribble now. Going inside to Smith. She turns. Back out to Dedeker on the short corner. Picks it up inside. Cook going up. Falls to the ground. A fight for it. We're going to have a jump ball, it would appear. And that will favor Central City as Alburnett won the opening tap. 1:47 to go in the first. It's 13-2 is our score. Alburnett on top of Central City. Lexi Dedeker throws it in. Gets it into Wise. Back inside to Dedeker. She puts one up. Too strong off the glass. Rebounded by Caves. We got a foul away from the ball as Olmstead was knocked to the ground. That foul will go on Lexi Dedeker. And that is Lexi's first. Central City's second. Inbounds pass for the Pirates goes to Peyton Scott. And she brings it up for Alburnett. Little over 90 seconds to go in the opening quarter as Lacey Neighbor will put up a 3-pointer. Can't get that one to go. Fight for the rebound. Who did it touch last? They're going to say it touched Sloan Smith last. And it will stay with Alburnett. Sub for Central City as Macy Lupkus is into the game for the first time. Macy, a freshman, averaging 1 point per contest, as well as 1.5 rebounds. We have a timeout on the floor called by Alburnett. Coach Drawn wants a 30-second timeout. 90 seconds to go in the opening quarter. It's Alburnett 13 and Central City 2. Central City's lone 2 points so far in this game belong to Savannah Cook. For Alburnett, Ava Armin leads the way with 6 points. Allie Olmstead has 4. Savannah Caves has 3 for the Pirates. Out of the timeout, Central City going with Cook, Lupkus, Wise, Weber, and Sloan Smith. For Alburnett, they will have Armin, Scott, Neighbor, Olmstead, and Caves. That Neighbor is Lacey Neighbor, not Miranda. Inbounds pass goes to Scott in the corner. Tipped by Weber, taken away by Wise. Nobody between Wise and the basketball. She lays it up, and Avery Wise gets the fast break layup to go. Closest defender had not yet gotten beyond the Central City 3-point line. Minute 15 to go in the first. Lacey Neighbor has it right wing. Driving to her left, gets it out to Armin. Armin poked by Wise, but it's going to be kicked out to Scott, Top of the key to Neighbor. She goes inside to Olmstead's short corner. Driving, looking to go up, puts up a little fall-away shot. No good, rebounded by Lupkus. Weber Slowing it up for Central City, under a minute to go in the opening quarter. Avery Wise with the basketball beyond the volleyball line. Uses a screen from Cook, picks up her dribble. Tries to find Lupkus, poked away by Neighbor. It will stay with Central City, 44 on the game clock, 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Avery Wise will throw it in from right in front of the scorer's table. Inbounds pass goes to Cook. Cook dribbling right, gives it over to Weber in the right corner, uses a screen. 13 in the shot clock. Weber picks up her dribble, gives it over to Wise. Down to 8 in the shot clock. Lupkus loses it for a moment, now it's loose, can be picked up by Neighbor. She will go up, puts it up for the layup, and gets it to go. Lacey Neighbors in the scorer's column with another wide open layup after we saw one for the Wildcats moments ago. Shot clock is off, 18 on the game clock as that pass thrown over the head of Avery Wise. It's a turnover, and Alburnett will get the final shot of this first quarter. 16 seconds to go. Our score is 15-4 Pirates. Savannah Caves will throw it in for Alburnett. Caves gets it into Armin right wing. She's already got 2 triples, gets it out to Neighbor. Now over to Scott on the left wing. Top of the key to Armin. 10 seconds. They'll go inside to Olmstead where she's double teamed. Puts it up, double team. Can't stop her. Allie Olmstead gets it to go. 2 seconds on the clock. Wise will pull it out, and that will bring us to the end of quarter number 1 here from Alburnett High School. Played 8 minutes, and our score is Alburnett 17 and Central City 4. Let's take a look at some of our first quarter numbers here. Quarter of the way through this game. For Alburnett, they had 17 points. Ava Armin and Allie Olmstead leading the way with 6 apiece. Savannah Caves had 3, and Lacey Neighbor added in 2. For Central City, just the 4 points, Avery Wise and Savannah Cook with 2 points apiece. Give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is here to provide the kind of services that keep community in banking. That means working with local businesses that provide funding to help them grow and giving guidance and support when you're ready to purchase your first home. Heartland Bank, we're here for you. As always, a big thank you to Heartland Bank for all their support. For the Wildcats, it'll be Lucy Smith alongside Whitson, Weber, Hennick, and Dedeker to begin the second quarter. Same 5 at start of the game. For Alburnett, they've got both Lacey and Miranda Neighbor alongside Grabard, Olmstead, and Scott. Alburnett basketball to begin the second quarter. They are working right to left from my vantage point as Grabard will inbound to Miranda Neighbor, and our second quarter is underway. Over to Grabard on the right wing, back to Neighbor top of the key. Over to Scott left wing. Scott dribbles in, now gets it back out. 3-pointer from Neighbor on the way. That is good. Miranda Neighbor splashes home a 3-pointer just to the left of the top of the key. It's 20-4 Alburnett. Hennick has it, gives it over to Dedeker. She will pull up for a jumper just inside the 3-point line. Too strong off the back iron. Smith with the offensive board. Now a Dedeker with another jumper. That one is also too strong off the back iron. Tipped out of play by Alburnett, and it will stay with Central City. 35-second shot clock as it was reset after the jumper. Inbounds pass goes to Weber right wing. Dribbling left. Thought about a pull-up. Now over to Hennick on the right wing. Swings it over to Dedeker. That one's loose. Potentially a jump ball. That is the call. And it will stay with Central City. 26 seconds on the shot clock. 7:19 to go in the opening half of play here from Alburnett. 20-4 Pirates is our score. As Dedeker will inbound for Central City. Looking around, trying to find some options. Gets it into Whitson, top of the key. Now dribbling. Going inside, taken away nearly, but ends up in the hands of Dedeker. Dedeker picks up her dribble just inside the 3-point line. Give and go from Smith back to Dedeker. Swings it over to Weber. She puts up a layup, and that is good. Bailey Weber gets her first bucket of the contest. 20-6 is our score. Grabard has the top of the key. Swings over to Scott left wing. Thought about a 3. Now back to Grabard. Swings it over to Neighbor. Going short corner to Olmstead on the right side of the floor. Back to Grabard. Now over to Scott. Inside to Neighbor. Her layup is going to be good. Lacey Neighbor gets her second basket. She's got 4, and it's 22-6 Alburnett. Weber trying to break this press, picks it up, skips it way down floor to Smith, makes the catch. Nobody else down there with her, and Lucy Smith takes advantage, lays it up, gets it to go. 22-8, Smith, her first basket. Scott has it, now gives it over to Olmstead, now inside to Neighbor. Over to Miranda Neighbor, right wing. She'll take a three-pointer. That's no good. Backside rebounds to be picked up by Scott. Out to Grabard, dribbling to her right. Going inside, kicks it out to Neighbor. Neighbor swings it. Nobody there, but Scott will hustle over and make the play, but save it before it goes out. She'll be rewarded with an open three, as that one is no good, and Weber pulls in the defensive rebound. Weber into the front court for the Wildcats. Under 6 minutes to go until the half. Weber dribbling right, or left, excuse me. Hands off to Dedeker, picks it up at the Pirate logo at midcourt. Now dribbling to her left once again, uses a screen from Hennick. Reverses course, going the other way. Over to Whitson. Belle Whitson with the basketball. Goes inside to Weber. Spins through one defender, and she is fouled. As Alburnett's third was called on Isabel Grabard. That is her first. 3 subs in for Central City, 3 freshmen. Avery Wise, Sloan Smith, and Avery Wise. Dedeker and Weber will stay on the floor for Central City to join those 3. Inbounds pass goes to Sloan Smith from Dedeker. Out to Wise. She'll take a right wing three-pointer. That's off the front of the rim and rebounded by Miranda Neighbor. Neighbor into the front court. Gives it over to Lacey Neighbor. Inside, Olmstead, a little jumper, too short. Off front of the rim, rebounded by Dedeker. Bailey Weber will bring it up for Central City. 5:15 to go in the opening half. Weber uses a screen, dribbling right, looking to go inside. Step back jumper on the way from Weber. That's going to rattle out. Good shot, no good, but Wise can't get it to go on the follow, and it's rebounded by Peyton Scott. Scott going up the floor, picks up her dribble in the front court. Swing over to Grabard. She'll take a right wing three-pointer. That's too strong off the back iron. Rebound is tipped around. We got a foul inside on the Pirates. That is Alburnett's fourth. I'll have a number for you here momentarily. That one is on Allie Olmstead. That is her second. Savannah Caves coming into the game for the Pirates. She will replace Allie Olmstead. The Pirates' second leading scorer, leading rebounder, is on the bench with 2 first-half fouls. Still a full court press here from the Pirates. Weber trying to find somewhere to go inbounds to Wise. Wise gets it back to Weber. Weber will bring it across the timeline. Skip pass down the court. Dedeker couldn't handle it, and it will be tipped off of Dedeker. Good save by Caves. And now we've got a conversation as one referee is going to overrule the other. And now they will say it is Central City basketball. The initial ruling was that it was off of the Wildcats, but the second official overruled his counterpart. So it will be Central City basketball. Lexi Dedeker will inbound it. Wildcats lined up in a single file line right at the free throw line. Inbounds pass goes inside to Cook. Her layup is good. Great assist from Wise, and Cook gets the basket to go inside. That is Cook's second bucket of the game. It's 22-10. Scott has it right wing, short corner to Lacey Neighbor. Inside to Caves, back out to Scott. Top of the key to Grabard. Looking to go inside. Nice stop and go move, but it's blocked by Smith. She pulls in the rebound. Smith gives it over to Weber. Weber nearly has it stolen away by Scott, but gets it back. Goes down the floor to Cook, passes off the mark, and it's a turnover. Goes back to Alburnett. Sub for the Pirates is Ava Arman, who hit those first 2 threes of the contest, is back into the game. She replaces Peyton Scott. Grabard will inbound for Alburnett. She does so to Arman, goes right back to Grabard, and she'll bring it up for the Pirates, crossing the timeline into the front court. Over to Arman, right wing. Poked away, but picked up by Neighbor. Back out to Grabard. Over to Miranda Neighbor. Her pass is taken away, passing in no man's land, and Sloan Smith comes up with a steal. Weber into the front court. Goes over to Dedeker, inside to Sloan Smith. Thought about going up, has it tipped and taken away. Stolen by Grabard. One-on-one at the basket between Grabard and Wise. Partially blocked by Wise. Saved by Dedeker. Great hustle by a couple of freshmen. And Wise gives it over to Dedeker, who will bring it into the front court. 3:35 to go in the half. 22-10 Alburnett. Savannah Cook dribbling right, hands it off to Avery Wise. And they're going to get a traveling violation called on Wise. Took a couple of steps before she dribbled is the ruling. And it goes back to the Pirates. Grabard will inbound in front of the Pirate bench. She will inbound it to Miranda Neighbor. Neighbor, the freshman, brings it into the front court, swings it over to Arman right wing. Thought about a three, back to Neighbor, top of the key. Inside to Lacey Neighbor. Swings it out to Grabard. She'll take a left wing three-pointer. That's too strong off the back iron, but Neighbor gets the offensive rebound. Long two is on the way from Caves, no good, but offensive rebound picked up by Grabard, and the foul is called inside on Central City. That foul will go on Sloan Smith. That is her second. It is Central City's third. Lucy Smith is back into the game. She replaces Lexi Dedeker. Grabard will inbound. Gets it into Neighbor. Open look from the corner for three, but misses everything too long. Rebounded by Weber, looking to run in the full court. Dumps it down to Wise. Makes a fake, puts it up, no good. Misses the layup. Rebounded by Smith, and Sloan Smith is good on the putback. That is Smith's first basket of the contest. 22-12. Wildcats are back within 10. Neighbor has it left wing. That's Miranda. Gives it over to Armin on the left wing. Into the corner to Grabard. Inside, Lacey Neighbor off the back iron, and that is good. Or backboard, I should have said, excuse me. She's got a half dozen, and it's taken away by Savannah Caves, and very quickly she gets a layup to go. That is 5 for Caves, and we've got a traveling violation called on Savannah Cook, and it's another turnover right back to the Pirates. Pirates quickly turned it back into a 14-point game. And they have the basketball. 2.5 minutes to go until the half. 26-12, Alburnett on top here in Alburnett. Armin will take a three from the left wing. That is no good, offside of the rim. Caves saves it, but right to Savannah Cook. It's poked away, taken away. Layup from Neighbor, swatted out of bounds by Bailey Weber. Sends it into the back wall. Good job by Weber to save an easy layup. We'll stay with the Pirates as Sloan Smith is replaced by Macy Lupkus. Isabel Grabard will throw it in for the Pirates. Just 2 seconds, came off the shot clock. Inbounds it to Armin in the corner, bringing it up towards top of the key. Over to Miranda Neighbor, has the top of the key, right wing to Grabard. Now back to Neighbor. Grabard dribbling around. Gets it over to Armin, right wing, into the corner. Neighbor will take an open look from three, leaves that one short, grazes nothing but the rim, and picked up by Wise. Wise into the front court, over to Lupkus. Now give in the right corner to Cook. Tried to hand it off to Weber, but it's poked away. Now it's taken away by Miranda Neighbor. Weber back in transition. One-on-one at the rim, and again it's swatted out of bounds by Bailey Weber. Weber with a couple of blocks in quick succession will stay with the Pirates. Ava Armin will inbound the basketball. Does so to Grabard. Open three for Isabel Grabard, and she knocks it down. Isabel Grabard with her first triple of the contest, first basket of the contest. It's 29-12. Pirates on a quick 7-0 run. Inside to Lupkus, tip, but she comes up with it, puts it up. That's no good, but the foul is called, and Macy Lupkus will go to the free throw line. She will shoot two for Central City. That foul was called on Lacey Neighbor. That is her first, Alburnett's fifth. Lupkus so far this season is a 60% free throw shooter. First one on the way from Lupkus. That is going to be off the back iron and rattle home. She gets the first. She will get one more as Lexi Dedeker's back into the game, as is Lexi Hennick. They replace Wise and Cook. Minute 23 to go until the half here from Alburnett. Pirates up 29-13. Second free throw on the way from Lupkus. That one's perfect, nothing but net. First 2 points of the ball game for Macy Lupkus, and it is 29-14. Neighbor has it on the right wing, dribbles top of the key, now gives to Armin right wing, into the corner to Grabard. She'll take another open three. That one's off the mark, and rebounded by Lupkus. Gets it over to Weber. Long down court pass. Hennick is open, makes the catch, puts it up with the left hand. That's good. Great down court pass from Weber, and Hennick was ready for it, lays it up. That's her first basket. 29-16 is our score. Under a minute to go in the opening half. Cave swings it over to Grabard, now over to Neighbor. Drops the basketball, goes out of bounds. A turnover for the Pirates, and it will be Central City basketball as Peyton Scott's back into the game, replaces Miranda Neighbor for Alburnett. 50 seconds on the clock, 35 seconds. Full shot clock is up there on that shot clock above the basket. Lexi Hennick dribbles it into the front court, being heavily guarded by Armin, and a little too heavily guarded as she is fouled. Pirates are not over the limit. That was their sixth, and that was Armin's second. So a couple of Pirates with 2 first-half fouls. They are going to let Armin play through it. Inbounds pass goes to Weber. Use the screen from Hennick, and they're going to call a moving screen, I believe. No, they're going to call. No, it's a hand check on Alburnett. Correction. Peyton Scott called for the foul. That should be a 1-and-1 upcoming, as that was the 7th team foul. Peyton Scott's first. And Bailey Weber was fouled, so she will go to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1. Weber is a team best 70% from the free throw line this year. Weber getting set for the first. That one on the way is good. She makes the front end. She'll get another. Belle Whitson is going to re-enter the game for Central City for these final 42 seconds, as she will replace Lucy Smith. Weber drains the first. She gets one more for the back half of the 1-and-1. Second free throw on the way from Weber. That one is no good. Makes one of two. As that pass is tipped out of bounds by Belle Whitson. 35.6 on the game clock and 29 on the shot clock, but a 6-second difference. Pirates looking to inbound. Pass goes to Lacey Neighbor inside. Picked up on the baseline by Armin. Out to Caves for a left wing three. That is no good. A little too short off front of the rim. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Nobody touched it. And it will go to Central City. Shot clock is off. 27 seconds to go until the half. Hennick inbounds to Weber. Brings it into the front court. Looking to go inside. Steps back. Has it right wing. Picks up her dribble over to Whitson, top of the key. Now gets it to Dedeker. She'll put up a mid-range jumper. That's too strong off the back iron, and Caves pulls in the rebound. Caves loses it, but it's poked out by Dedeker. Will stay with the Pirates. 14 seconds to go until the break. Isabel Grabard will inbound the basketball here. And she gets it into Ava Armin. Crosses into the front court. 10 seconds to go in the opening half. Grabard has it top of the key, swings it over to Scott. Now into the corner to Armin. Inside to Lacey Neighbor. She is touched for a foul. Little forearm there. Results in a foul being called. That one will go against Belle Whitson. That is her first. Wildcats are just 4 as a team, so nowhere near the bonus at this point. Armin will inbound, gets it into the corner to Lacey Neighbor. Over to Caves, 2 seconds on the clock. Armin will take a three at the buzzer. She beats the buzzer, and Ava Armin ends the half the same way she started it by knocking down a triple. So we have played a half of basketball here from Alburnett, and the Pirates are on top of your Central City Wildcats by a score of 32-17. I'll go over some numbers in just a little while, but first I will be joined momentarily by Central City sophomore Matthew Klosterman, making his way over here now. Yeah, that's fine. How you doing, Matthew?
I'm doing good.
Good.
How are you?
Not too bad. So thanks so much for joining me. Matthew Klosterman with me now, starting point guard for this Central City basketball team. And before we talk some basketball, certainly have to bring up the football season you guys had this past fall. I've been talking with your other teammates about it. Certainly a great experience for you guys. 8-2, made the playoffs, got that playoff win. What was that like for you guys?
It was amazing because these last couple of years we weren't winning that much at the high school level, especially my freshman year. We didn't get so many wins. So just wanting to win like the 2018 team was really awesome to do.
And, of course, coming into this basketball season, I'm sure a lot of summer work as well as for football. What was kind of the offseason like for you guys, and what work were you putting in to be ready for this year?
Just being, like, very, very busy on the weekdays and really just getting the weight room making us stronger. So when football ran around, we were athletic and ready.
So you guys got the win this past Friday over Edgewood Colesburg. Any thoughts about that game?
I think we just played a little sloppy. We underestimated how good they were going to be. And I think we didn't come out ready to play, but as the game went on, we did a better job at that.
I would tend to agree. Certainly a good win, 30-point win over the Vikings, but certainly some things to build on as well. The loss versus Northland on Tuesday, I mean, there's not too much you can take away from that game. That's probably going to be a state team like they have been the last several years, reigning state champs. But is there anything you can take away from that game as a positive?
Really just how much better we need to be if we want to be that just make a run postseason and to just move the ball around more and play better defense, stuff like that.
Another tough one here tonight, an Alburnett team that brought Northland to the limit last week. What are your thoughts on this matchup here tonight?
I think they're very good at playing against their team that they're matched up against. Like, they played slower against Northland, and they didn't let them speed them up. So I think they're going to try to speed us up. And I think if we slow down, run the offense, score buckets, we'll be good.
And last question before I let you go. I asked your brother Aiden the same thing. Obviously, Aiden, a junior, you're a sophomore. You guys get 3 years playing together. What has that been like for you guys?
It's really fun because I don't have to drive this stuff. He's the one driving. And we get to have I have someone to talk to and just learn from. So it's awesome for that reason.
Very good. Well, Matthew, I appreciate you joining me here and certainly wish you the best of luck here tonight and see if we can get a win over the Pirates.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Matthew Klosterman kind enough to join me here at halftime of this girls game. Boys are coming up later tonight. They will be tipping off 15 minutes after this girls game concludes here later tonight. So a little under 7 minutes to go until the halftime break is over. Again, 32-17 is our score midway through this contest. And let's take a look at some halftime stats. First for Alburnett. Just one player after that buzzer-beating three-pointer led the way in scoring. Ava Arman had 9 on 3 triples to lead the way for the Pirates. A couple players had 6. Allie Olmstead and Lacey Neighbor both had half a dozen for Alburnett. Savannah Caves added in 5. And Isabel Grabard had 3 points to round out the Pirates scoring. For Central City, their 17 points, 13 of which came in the second quarter after a 4-point opening quarter. Their leading scorer was Savannah Cook with 4 points. Bailey Weber added in 3 points for Central City. We had Lexi Hennick, Avery Wise, Macy Lupkus, Lucy Smith, and Sloan Smith, all with 2 points to round out the scoring for Central City. Looking at the fouls, Alburnett was whistled for 7 in the opening half. A couple players have 2. Ava Arman and Allie Olmstead, a couple of starters both with 2 fouls. Peyton Scott, Isabel Grabard, and Lacey Neighbor both with 1 foul for the Pirates here at the halfway point. For Central City, the only player with more than 1 is Sloan Smith. She has 2. Belle Whitson and Lexi Dedeker were both whistled for 1 in the opening half of play. We're at the halftime break here in Alburnett. Pirates are 4-2, 3-2 in the Tri-Rivers West. Wildcats are 2-6, 1-4 in the Tri-Rivers West. Got some of the future Alburnett Pirate high school basketball players on the floor at the moment. About halfway through our halftime break, 5 minutes on the clock until we get the second half underway. So Wildcats got off to a slow start offensively. Their defense wasn't bad in the early portions of the game, but couldn't get the offense going. Then they got the offense going, but unfortunately started turning it over a little bit. Had it down to a 10-point game at one point. Now they trail by 15 here at the half. Well, we got some time here at the half. I will, again, go over, like I did in the open, what some of the games are going around the conference tonight. A full slate of conference games for both the boys and the girls here tonight. Of course, the Tri-Rivers with Tuesday and Friday conference matchups. Other than this game in Alburnett, East Buchanan is at North Lynn. Over in Arlington, Starmont is hosting Springville. And in Delheim, Maquoketa Valley is hosting Edgewood Colesburg. On the other side of the conference, on the east side, Midland is at North Cedar. Lisbon is hosting Easton Valley. And Prince of Peace took the drive over from Clinton, and they are at Calamus Wheatland. Those are the games going on around the conference here tonight. Looking at the conference standings, the Tri-Rivers West leader for the girls and also for the boys, not so coincidentally. North Lynn on top of the conference for both boys and girls basketball. Springville is 4-1. Alburnett, East Buchanan, the Maquoketa Valley 3-2. Central City and Edgewood Colesburg are both 1-4 in conference play. And Starmont is bringing up the rear in the west side at 0-5. About 3 minutes in this halftime break as the Pirates start to come back on the floor. Quick peek at the conference standings for the boys. Northland's on top at 4-0. big pile in the middle at 3-1. Alburnett, Maquoketa Valley, East Buchanan, and your Central City Wildcats. Then Edgewood, Colesburg, Springville, and Starmont are all 0-4. So the young Alburnett Pirates get a hand as they come off the floor, and the older high school Alburnett Pirates come onto the floor to get their warm-up shots. Central City just now emerging from their locker room as well with 2:15 on the clock. While we've got a break in the action, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Tell your friends, family, and coworkers about Heartland Bank. And when they open a checking account with us, you'll both receive a special thank you gift. Referring online or on your mobile device is easy. Heartland Bank, a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. Website where you can do that is hbtbank.com. That is www.hbtbank.com. Refer a friend, family member, or anybody else, and you will receive a special thank you gift from our great supporters over at Heartland Bank. I mentioned it a little bit in the open, but it's worth mentioning again. Seventh-year head coach for Alburnett is Brendan Drawn, and as many of you may know, Coach Drawn spent some years coaching over at Central City. He was the varsity baseball coach for a couple of years. Actually played my lone varsity baseball doubleheader when Coach Drawn was at the helms of that program. That's a long story, but long story short, 8 players were all those available, so I got a call about 90 minutes before first pitch to come play some baseball against Northland. Coach Drawn was my coach for one night only. Coach Drawn doing some great work over with this Alburnett girls basketball program. Wildcats are on my left, wearing the black uniforms, getting some last shots up, now heading over to the bench. Pirates are over to my right, wearing the home whites with the purple numerals and the purple and gold trim. Again, Pirates 4-2, 3-2 in conference play, just one non-conference matchup for Alburnett so far. Wildcats are 2-6, 1-4 out of the Tri-Rivers West. Their non-conference win was over at North Cedar in the East versus West games, which do not count towards your conference standings because they do determine a West Side and East Side champion. Those games do not intermix. So Wildcats will be on defense to start. First 5 out there are Whitson, Hennick, Weber, Dedeker, and Lucy Smith. For the Pirates, it's the same 5 at start of the game as well. Miranda Neighbor with Armin, Grabard, Olmstead, and Caves. Pirates basketball first. They're working left to right. Wildcats will work right to left. Isabel Grabard inbounds it to Ava Armin, and we are underway for second half action. Over to Caves in the left wing, driving inside. Good take, little floater, too strong off the backboard, and rebounded by Smith. Bailey Weber bringing it up for Central City. Looking to go downhill. Good drive, lays it up, but too strong, and rebounded by Caves. Caves now looking to run for Alburnett. Caves lays it up, but can't get it to go. Olmstead on the offensive glass, pulls it in, loses it, but it's going to be a foul, I believe. That'll be Central City's first of the half. Wait for a number here. That one will be on Lucy Smith, and that is Lucy's first. Team foul number 1 as well. Grabard will inbound it for Alburnett from the baseline. Inbounds pass in the high post to Olmstead, over to Caves. Swings into the corner to Grabard. Skip pass, left wing to Armin. She will take a three-pointer. That one is no good and rebounded by Bailey Weber. Weber bringing it up for Central City, kind of walking it up. Crosses into the front court, over to Whitson on the right wing. Whitson looking around, goes high post to Smith. Inside to Weber, lays it up. That is no good, but Weber is fouled. And Bailey Weber earns a couple of free throws. Weber, a 70% shooter on the year, 1 of 2 here today. Made the front end of a 1-on-1, but missed the second shot. That foul went on Miranda Neighbor. That'll be her first. First one on the way is no good from Weber. She misses the first, but she will get another. Weber, leading scorer for the Wildcats on the year, averaging team best 14 points as she gets the second free throw. That is 4 points on the night for Weber. Grabard bringing it into the front court for Alburnett. Over to Armin left wing. Goes inside to Olmstead. She'll put it up right away, and that is good. Wasn't bad defense from Smith, just Olmstead a little too tall that time. She's got 8 to lead all scorers, or excuse me, second leading scorer. It is 34-18. Whitson tries to dribble out of a double team, but it's taken away by Olmstead. And now Savannah Caves looking to run. Caves going right corner to Armin. She'll drive inside. Pull-up jumper from Armin is short. nearly wedged itself between the rim and the backboard. Instead, just falls and picked up by Whitson. Whitson dribbling left in the front court. Uses the screen from Hennick, now going to the right. Picks up her dribble. High post to Smith, but it's taken away by Olmsted nearly. Dedeker ends up with it. Over to Smith. Skip over to Whitson, looking to go inside. Whitson puts it up, no good. Weber with the offensive board. Her putback's no good. And Miranda Neighbor rebounds the basketball. Long down court pass goes to Caves. Kicks it inside. Olmsted with the open layup. She gets it to go. Now she leads all scorers. She's got 10. First player into double digits. And it is 36-18. Belle Whitson with the basketball. Dribbling to her right, now picks it up top of the key. And they're going to be called for a traveling violation here. Belle Whitson whistled for it. As Cook, Wise, and Sloan Smith are back into the game, replacing Hennick, Whitson, and Lucy Smith. Grabard will inbound in front of the Wildcat bench, does so to Miranda Neighbor, and right back to Grabard into the front court. Over to Armin on the left wing. Skip pass right wing to Miranda Neighbor. Now top of the key to Grabard. Over to Armin left wing. Short corner, Caves will take a pull-up jumper. That's going to be no good. Olmsted working the offensive glass. Her putback's no good, and Wise pulls in the rebound. Wise racing into the front court, now looking around, pulls it back out, skip over to Cook. Fakes the long two, loses it, and taken away by Caves. Another turnover for the Wildcats as Caves looking to run here, now pulls it back out. 5.5 to go, 36-18 here in the third quarter. Left wing, Miranda Neighbor will take a three, short off front of the rim. Rebound is loose, Wise fighting for it. Potential jump ball here, that is the call. And this time the possession arrow will favor Alburnett. Correction, favors Central City, so it'll be Wildcat basketball. We've got a timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout is called by Coach Fear. He's used both of the 30-second variety timeouts, still has all three fulls. 5:19 to go in the third quarter, 36-18, Pirates on top of the Wildcats. Give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we're here for you. Wildcats out there with Weber, Wise, Dedeker, Cook, and Sloan Smith. Pirates back on the floor. Armin, Caves, Miranda Neighbor, Olmsted, and Grabard as Wise has the basketball, and she will bring it into the front court. Wise goes inside to Cook, but the pass is not handled. It is a turnover, and it goes back to Alburnett. Inbound pass goes to Neighbor, right back to Grabard, who crosses the timeline into the front court. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Armin has it left wing. Now right wing to Miranda Neighbor, top of the key to Grabard. Looking around, swings it right wing. Now short corner to the Caves. Long skip pass over to Armin, looking to drive inside. Little floater is going to be too strong off the backboard, no good. A fight for the ball. Jump ball's called. Armin forced it on Weber, and this time the possession arrow does favor Alburnett. Ava Armin will throw it in for the Pirates. Gets it into Olmsted. Puts it up. That is good. Allie Olmsted gets another bucket to go. She's got a dozen. That leads all scores, and it's 38-18. Pirates have ballooned this lead to 20. Wise going high post to Smith, and they're going to get Sloan Smith for a traveling violation. Another turnover. As Lacey Neighbor back into the game for Alburnett, replacing Armin, and Macy Lupkus is into the game for Central City as she replaces Lexi Dedeker. Inbounds pass will go to Neighbor, right back to Grabard. And Grabard brings it into the front court. Over to Neighbor, right wing. Inside to Lacey Neighbor, tipped out of play. Last touch by Weber. So it stays with Alburnett. 4:27 to go in the third quarter. 38-18. Pirates leading Central City. Inbounds pass goes to Caves, has the top of the key. Over right wing to Grabard. Skip pass left wing to Neighbor. Miranda Neighbor picks it up, out to Lacey Neighbor. Right wing to Grabard, looking around inside. Lacey Neighbor with a jumper from the paint, and that is good. Lacey Neighbor having herself a nice game here. She's got 8. It is 40-18. Avery Wise bringing it up for Central City. Swings it over to Weber left wing. Halfway through our third quarter, 40-18, Alburnett on top. Weber dribbling right. Bringing it back out, picks it up, skip pass, gets it over to Cook, and now poked away, taken away, stolen by Lacey Neighbor. Caves looking to run here. Goes inside, but the pass is not handled properly. Grabard could not bring it in, and it goes out of play. So we'll go back to Central City. And Lexi Diedeker's back into the game for Central City. She replaces Sloan Smith. Weber inbounds to Wise, and she will bring it up. Wise has it taken away, stolen by Miranda Neighbor, as Neighbor lays it up. Freshman on freshman violence that time, as one ninth grader strips another and lays it in for two. 5 points on the night for Miranda Neighbor. Inside, Cook lays it up, but that layup's no good. Rolls off the front of the rim and out. Long down court pass from Grabard to Lacey Neighbor. It's blocked from behind by Weber. She's been blocking shots left and right here tonight. Diedeker pulls in the rebound. Diedeker goes between the legs with a crossover dribble over to Lupkus, dribbling to her right outside the three-point line. Diedeker goes inside to Weber, has it taken away. Savannah Caves with the steal. Caves running in transition. Gives it over to Grabard. Her layup is good. Grabard gets the layup to go. She's got 5 points. It's 44-18. Diedeker has the top of the key. Picks up her dribble. Gives it over to Avery Wise. Now a handoff to Macy Lupkus. 2:35 to play in the third quarter. Back up by Weber. Gets her open. Layup is good. Good cut by Weber. Good find by Cook. And Weber has 6 points here tonight. Over to Grabard, top of the key. Now a jumper from Olmsted in the paint, too strong. And it's rebounded by Diedeker. Diedeker into the front court. Gives it over to Weber. Guarded by Caves, dribbling right. Now reverses course, dribbling to her left. 44-20 Alburnett, 2 minutes to go in the third. Cook driving inside. Good drive. Cook lays it up and puts it in. Great drive by the freshman. Gets the layup to go, and she's got 6. Grabard gives it over to Caves, right wing. Top of the key to Miranda Neighbor. Over to Caves, right wing once again. Now into the corner to Lacey Neighbor. Inside, Olmsted with the layup. Big mismatch height-wise on the inside. Allie Olmsted takes advantage. She's got 14 here tonight. Diedeker dribbling left. Gives it over to Lupkus. Lupkus top of the key. Bounce pass over to Wise. Wise to a back-cutting Cook. Picks up her dribble inside, out to Weber. She will take a three-pointer. That is off the mark. And it's going to be rebounded by Olmsted. She gives it to Grabard. Minute 15 to play in the third quarter. Caves has the top of the key behind the volleyball line. Now over right wing to Neighbor. Top of the key to Grabard. Lacey Neighbor left wing. Inside to Olmsted. She will go up, and she gets it to go once again. Olmsted continuing her nice night. She's got 16 points to lead all scorers. Average is just shy of 11 per game, 5 above her average. Weber goes inside, lays it up, and they're going to get a foul on Alburnett, excuse me. That'll be the Pirates' second, and it goes against Isabel Grabard. That is her second. Was not on the shot, as Lexi Hennick's back into the game, replacing Lexi Diedeker. Scott and Armin replace the neighbors, both Miranda and Lacey, for Alburnett. So Weber will inbound for Central City from underneath the basket. Gets it into Wise. She will take a long two-pointer. That's no good. And rebounded by Olmsted. Olmsted up ahead to Armin. Has it right wing. Now over to Grabard. Grabard driving inside. Gets past the defender. Lays it up. No good. Good hustle by Lupkus to recover and at least affect the shot enough to force the miss. Now Hennick brings it up for Central City. Driving inside. Gets it out to Lupkus. Has it left wing. Now back to Hennick in the left corner. Dribbling up, inside to Weber. Essentially double teamed in there. Weber, the fall-away shot off the glass, and that is good. Great, tough shot by Weber. High level of difficulty on that one, and she gets it to go. She's got 8. Pirates work into the round. Scott has it left wing. Up to Caves, top of the key. 5 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Grabard driving inside, blocked out of bounds. Macy Lupkus sends it out of play, using those long arms to swat it away. 1.5 seconds to go in the third. Pirates will have a baseline out-of-bounds opportunity. Grabard inbounds to Olmsted. Has some trouble with it. Cannot get a shot off in time. And that will do it for the third quarter of play here from Alburnett. 3 quarters in the books, and Pirates have started to run away with this one. Alburnett firmly in control our score. Alburnett 48 and Central City 24. So 8 minutes to go in this contest. It is a 48-24 lead for the Alburnett Pirates. Let's take a look at some of the numbers so far in this game. First for Alburnett, they're led by their second leading scorer, Allie Olmstead. She has 16 here tonight. Also pitching in has been Ava Arman with 9. Lacey Neighbor has 8. Savannah Caves with 5. Same with Isabel Grabard and Miranda Neighbor. Pretty well-balanced scoring from the Pirates. For Central City, Bailey Weber leads the way with 8. Savannah Cook has 6. Lexi Hennick, Macy Lupkus, Lucy Smith, and Sloan Smith all with 2. Wildcats back on the floor with Cook, Hennick, Lucy Smith, Weber, and Dedeker. Wildcat ball to begin the fourth quarter as Hennick will inbound. Pirates are pressing here as the inbound pass goes to Bailey Weber. Fourth quarter underway. Weber swings it over to Hennick, top of the key, dribbling to her left. Gives it over to Cook on the left wing. Has some trouble with it, but secures the basketball. Swings it over to Lucy Smith, in and out of the hands, and adds another turnover. Turnovers have certainly been a problem for the Wildcats here tonight. And they give it back to the Pirates. Savannah Caves bringing it up for Alburnett. 48-24 Pirates here, 7:35 to play in the ballgame. Caves dribbling left, gives it over to Grabard, now into the corner to Arman. Top of the key to Grabard, now gives it to Scott on the right wing. Scott driving inside, gets a pass to the lane, lays it up, uses the glass and gets it to go. Peyton Scott has entered her name in the scoring column. She's got 2. It's 50-24 Alburnett. We've got a timeout called by Coach Fear. This will be a full 60-second timeout. 7:18 to go in the game, 50-24, Pirates on top here from Alburnett. Coach Fear just has 2 fulls remaining. Coach Drawn of the Pirates has 3 fulls and a 30. We'll give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. At Heartland Bank, the strength of our bank lies in the relationships that give meaning to our work. At all times, we remain focused on what we do best, operating as a dependable community bank and delivering on our personal service commitment. Go Central City Wildcats. So Avery Wise will be subbing back into the game. Just made her way over to the scorer's table a moment ago. She will replace Sloan Smith, it appears. Or Lucy Smith, excuse me. 7:18 to play in the game, 50-24 Alburnett. Pirates looking to improve to 500 in conference play. Or excuse me, they were looking to stay above 500. They would go to 4-2 in the conference with a win here, 5-2 overall. Central City currently 2-6 overall, 1-4 in conference play. As the Wildcats come back onto the floor, Weber, Wise, Cook, Dedeker, and Hennick. For Alburnett, they've got Caves, Grabard, Olmstead, Arman, and Scott on the floor. Wildcat basketball, Lexi Hennick will throw it in. She does so to Avery Wise. Top of the key, Wise gives it over to Cook on the right wing. Picks up her dribble, over to Wise, dribbling left. She will take a 3-pointer. That is too short off front of the rim and rebounded by Grabard. Grabard looking to run. Pass down floor to Arman. Her layup's too short. No, it takes a good roll, and Ava Arman gets it to go. Arman's got 11. That's her first 2-point field goal of the night, and it's 52-24. Weber has it on the left wing. Rejects a screen, goes the other way. Step back, but does not take the shot. Gets it over to Hennick, top of the key. She will take a straight-on 3-pointer. Too strong, no good. Rebound picked up by Wise. Long 2 on the way from Cook, and that is good. Savannah Cook knocks down a long 2, about a half step in front of the line. 6.5 to go is 52-26. As the Pirates missed a layup on the other end, and the Wildcats get it back as Grabard could not get the layup to fall. Lexi Dedeker bringing it up for Central City. Gives it over to Weber, dribbling to her right, uses a screen from Hennick. Double team comes, gets it out to Hennick. Back cut from Weber, gets the basketball from Hennick, lays it up, great back cut, good job by Hennick to find her. And Bailey Weber gets another basket. She's got a team best 10 points here tonight. Left wing, the basketball goes to Arman. Inside to Scott. She'll take one big step, puts it up, but that's no good. And it's pulled in for a rebound by Dedeker. Give to Hennick. Hennick sends it across the timeline to Dedeker. 5:40 to play, 52-28 Alburnett. As Wise gives it over to Dedeker. Dribbling to her right, picks it up, gives to Hennick. Hennick out to Cook. Now gives it to Wise, has it left wing, going top of the key. 15 in the shot clock, over to Dedeker right wing. Dribbling left, picks it up. Tries to find a cutting Cook, but passes off the mark, and that is a turnover. The neighbors are both back in for Alburnett, Miranda and Lacey, replacing Olmsted and Caves. 5:23 remaining in this one. It's 52-40 or 52-28, excuse me. Alburnett on top of Central City. Isabel Grabard bringing it up for the Pirates. Grabard looking to go inside, gets it out. Scott driving inside. Good take to the lane, lays it up with the left hand. That is good. Peyton Scott with her second basket of the game, playing off the bench. 54-28. Wise has it, gives it over to Weber, dribbling left. Pull-up three-pointer from straight on is too strong, and it's rebounded by Miranda Neighbor. Neighbor gets it over to Lacey Neighbor. Good run, and Bailey Weber once again comes in for the block. That's at least 4 blocks from her tonight. She's had great hustle defensively. And Lexi Hennick tries to give it to Lexi Dedeker, but it is not saved. That is another turnover, and it goes back to Alburnett. Back into the game for Central City is Sloan Smith, replacing Savannah Cook. Peyton Scott will inbound for the Pirates right in front of the Wildcat bench, and does so to Grabard. Gives it over to Neighbor on the left wing, driving baseline. Good take by Miranda Neighbor, out to Lacey Neighbor. Now swings to Armin. She'll take a three-pointer. Well contested by Wise. Well short, misses everything. Rebounded by Dedeker, and a foul is called inside on the Pirates. After the rebound goes against Peyton Scott. That is her second, and team foul number 3. Referees have let them play for the most part here tonight. Nobody in any trouble of fouling out here late in this game. Weber uses a screen, dumps it inside, short corner to Wise. Now back to Hennick. Her layup is good. Good ball movement between those two players as Lexi Hennick gets the layup to go. She's got 4. Give the assist to Avery Wise. Isabel Grabard in the front court for Alburnett. 4 minutes to play in the ball game. Over to Scott. Thought about a 3. Now driving inside. Picks up at the free throw line. Over to Armin. She swings to Miranda Neighbor. Going baseline. Driving on Dedeker. Loses it. They're going to say Dedeker tipped it. So it stays with the Pirates. Savannah Caves back into the game for Alburnett, replacing Peyton Scott. And Macy Lupkus will re-enter for Central City. Lupkus is replacing Lexi Dedeker. So Ava Armin will throw it in for Alburnett. Everybody else in a box around the paint. Inbounds pass goes to Lacey Neighbor. Over to Caves. Back to Armin. Wide open corner three-pointer from Armin. That's no good, however. And it's rebounded by Weber. Weber down to Lupkus. Puts it up. It was blocked, and they're going to get a foul on the play. So Macy Lupkus will go to the free throw line. She has earned a couple of shots from the foul line. Foul is called on Ava Armin, and that is her 3rd. Lupkus was 2 for 2 in her earlier trip to the line. 60% on the season as the first one is on the way, and that one is just off the mark. A little bit too strong. Lupkus will get one more. 3:41 to play, 54-30 Alburnett, as Lupkus will attempt her second free throw. That one on the way, and that one is good. Lupkus makes 1 of 2. She's got 3 points here tonight. 54-31 our score, as Miranda Neighbor on the other end wide open for a 3 and knocks it down from the right wing. That's 8 points for the freshman Neighbor. 3.5 to play, 57-31. Sloan Smith with the basketball. Picks it up top of the key over to Lupkus, dribbling right. She picks up her dribble, in some trouble, gets it out of there to Smith. Sloan Smith going inside. Tries to find Weber, gets it out to Wise instead. Uses a screen, picks it up top of the key, inside to Weber. Good find. Weber puts it up, goes behind her back and lays it up off the glass. That is good. Good tough finish on the inside from Weber. She's got 12 to lead the Wildcats. It's 57-33 with under 3 minutes to go. Ava Armin with the basketball right wing. Swings the top of the key to Grabard, over to Neighbor. Now into the corner. Layup on the way from Caves is well short. The Wildcats wisely let it go. And that will go back to Central City. 2:42 to play in the game as the inbounds pass goes to Avery Wise. Wise picks it up, gives it over to Hennick in the front court. Free throw line to Smith, but it's taken away. She just didn't see Caves coming and just stole it right out of her hands. Caves inside to Arman, steps through, puts it up, and that is good. Ava Arman gets the layup, running in transition. She's got 13 points here tonight. 59-33, Alburnett on top of Central City. Hennick goes inside to Sloan Smith, ends up in the hands of Weber. Weber goes inside. Smith puts it up off the glass, and that is good. Sloan Smith with the basket that time. And Sloan's got 4, and the Pirates will call a timeout to empty the bench. They'll have plenty of subs coming in after this timeout. Looks like just a 30-second timeout. 2:04 to play in the game. Alburnett 59 and Central City 35. So Belle Whitson will be re-entering for Central City. It might be 5 in, 5 out, and 5 fresh faces for Alburnett. We'll see after this timeout. Plenty of players made their way over to the scorers table. The Wildcats back on the floor first. Alburnett has some starters still out there. Ava Arman's on the floor with Miranda Neighbor. Ingrid Landa, freshman's into the game for the first time, as is Raina Brown, a senior, playing just her second game. First game of the year for Landa. And also into the game is Leah Gilchrist, a freshman, making her third appearance of the season. Top of the key, the basketball goes to Brown. Now over to Neighbor, looking to go baseline. Gives it over to Landa. Now a three-pointer is on the way. That is going to be no good. Good look from Landa, but she couldn't get it to go. Nearly stolen away, but Weber comes out of the pile with it. She will pull up for a three-pointer. That one in transition is short, grazes off the rim, and the rebound is pulled in by Arman. And Coach Strawn screaming at Neighbor to slow down here. She will. Gives it over to Landa, left wing. Short corner, the basketball goes to Gilchrist. Her jumper is blocked by Lupkus. Wise with the rebound, working the baseline, sends it across half court to Weber. Weber dribbling right, gives it over to Wise. She will take a left wing three, but it's blocked. Blocked by Landa. Landa playing in her first game of her varsity career here as a freshman, gets the block. Over to Arman on the right wing, top of the key to Brown. Brown dribbling right, now gives it over to Arman. Short corner to Gilchrist. She'll go up. Fakes the jumper out to Arman, fakes the three, now gets an open look at it. She can't get that one to go, rattles out, but the rebound is pulled in by Gilchrist. Her putback's no good. We also have Melanie Stoker into the game for the first time for Central City. She fought for the rebound, but couldn't secure it. It will stay with Alburnett. 47 seconds to play in the game. Arman will throw it in from the baseline, gets it into Brown, dribbling to her right, and it's nearly taken away by Wise. And it will be last touched by Brown, so it goes to Central City. Avery Wise will inbound the basketball. She gives it to Bailey Weber, right back to Wise, into the front court, 40 seconds to play. Wise uses a screen, loses it, but is last touched by the Pirates. So stays with Central City. Wise will inbound and gives it into Whitson. About a 6-second difference in the shot and game clock here as Whitson tries to go inside to Weber. Weber does come out of there with it. Gives it over to Lupkus, picks it up. Looking around, gives it over to Whitson. Nearly loses the basketball, but gets it back. 15 in the shot clock, inside to Weber. Tipped around, picked up by Lupkus, puts it up. No good, but she's fouled. And Lupkus has earned herself a third trip to the free throw line here tonight. That foul will go against Miranda Neighbor. That is her second team foul, number 5. Lupkus, 3 out of 4 from the line so far tonight. First one is on the way. That one is left just a touch short. Bounced off front of the rim and took a bounce to the right, no good. She will get one more. Second free throw from Lupkus is on the way. That one is good. She makes 1 of 2 on this trip. Give her 4 on the night. It is 59-36. Shot clock is off. 15 seconds and counting to go in the ball game. Pass goes to Brown. She can't handle it. Goes out of play. We'll go back to Central City with 12 seconds to go. Again, the shot clock has been turned off. Avery Wise will inbound the basketball in front of the Pirate bench. Does so to Weber. Still looking to go here. Gives it up to nobody as nobody was in the area, but it's tipped out of bounds. Last touched by the Pirates. Last touched by Gilchrist. 6 seconds to go in the game. Wise will inbound it. with 6 seconds to play. Inside to Lupkus. She's double teamed, turns, puts it up behind her back. No good. Rebound by Gilchrist up to Armin. She can hold it out. She will, and that will do it. Our final score in the girls' game, Alburnett 59 and Central City 36. So the Pirates improve to 5-2 on the season, 4-2 in the conference. Wildcats fall to 2-7. They are 1-5 in the Tri-Rivers West. Again, 59-36 the final, as Alburnett comes out on top over Central City. Some final numbers here for you. First for the victorious Pirates, they are led in scoring by Allie Olmstead. She had 16 points to lead the way. Ava Armin added a very respectable 13. Miranda Neighbor had 8. Very good game from the freshman. Isabel Grabard and Savannah Caves both had 5. Lacey Neighbor had 8. Nearly missed her. Great game from her. Peyton Scott had 4. And that will round out the scoring for Alburnett. For Central City, they were led by Bailey Weber with 12. Savannah Cook added 8. Good game from the freshmen. Lexi Hennick and Macy Lupkus both had 4. And Lucy Smith had 2. Sloan Smith also added 4 points for Alburnett. So that will do it for coverage of the girls' game. I will step aside briefly and be back with you in a little under 5 minutes to begin my pregame coverage of the boys' game coming up. Tip-off in about 15 minutes. Pregame show starting in about 5 minutes. Again, our final score in the girls' game is Alburnett 59 and Central City 36. So stick around, folks. I'll be back with boys' pregame coverage in about 5 minutes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Wildcat Basketball here on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page. David Warrington here with you for this girls and boys doubleheader between Central City and Alburnett here at Alburnett High School. Girls just wrapped up, and it was a 59-36 decision in favor of the home team tonight, the Alburnett Pirates. Now turning the page towards the boys' game. Let's take a look at tonight's teams coming into this game here tonight. First of all, for your Central City Wildcats, they are 4-3 overall, 3-1 in the Tri-Rivers West. Their last game was on Tuesday at North Lynn, where they were beaten by the Lynx by a final of 95-30. That's another very good Lynx team, as they usually are. Assistant coach for the Wildcats is John McGovern. Central City's head coach in his first season is Ryan Turner. During his time with the Wildcats, Coach Turner with a record of 4 wins and 3 losses. Some players to keep your eye on for the Wildcats here tonight will be the sophomore Matthew Klosterman. Matthew joined me at halftime of the girls' game. Matthew averaging 13.1 points per game, second on the team, leads the way in several other categories with 5.7 rebounds, 3.4 assists, and 2.4 steals. All of those are best on the team. Also got to look out for Makai Benton, the juniors, averaging a team best 14 points per contest and putting in better than 5 rebounds per game. He is second on the team in that department. And finally, Aiden Klosterman, Matthew's older brother, the junior, is averaging 9.3 points per game, third on the team, pitching in 2.9 rebounds as well as 2 assists per contest. And for Alburnett, they come into this game 4-1, 3-1 in the Tri-Rivers West. They won on the road at Starmont on Tuesday, 88-33. Their one conference loss came on Friday at here at Alburnett against North Lynn, losing by just a couple of points in the end. Assistant coaches for the Pirates are Ryan Gable, Brian Huber, and Alec Phillip. Alburnett's head coach in his 30th season is Jeff Christofferson. During his time with the Pirates, Coach Christofferson with a record of 339 wins and 292 losses. Players to keep your eye on for Alburnett include a couple of juniors. Braden Osborne's the leading scorer and rebounder, 18.4 points per game for him with 8 rebounds as well. Also 3.4 steals per game, which is second on the team. Jordan Caton's also a very effective player for the Pirates, also a junior, 15 points per night. That is second on the team. 3.4 assists, which is good for third. A team best 4 steals, and also shoots at a very good 46.9% from 3, which is second best on the team. And for Alburnett, they also have Titan Bowers, the big 6'8 senior, averaging 13 points per game, third best on the team, shooting at a team best 75% from the field. Second on the team with 4.8 rebounds per contest, 3.2 of which are offensive rebounds. Got to keep them off the glass, got to box out, and also blocks a team-high 2 shots per contest. Looking at the series history, since 2007, Alburnett leads the way 24 games to 6 and have won the last 5. These teams met up 3 times last year, 2 in the regular season, 1 in the postseason. At Alburnett on December 14th of last year, it was a 62-46 win for the Pirates. In Central City, the Wildcats hung with Alburnett for a while before losing 60-45. And in a first-round postseason matchup here in Alburnett, the Pirates ran away with it in the second half, winning 68-29. There's a look at both of the teams competing here tonight. A little over 6 minutes to go until we tip this one off for some boys Tri-Rivers West basketball. With that said, in just a moment, we'll take a look at what other games are going on around the Tri-Rivers Conference tonight, as well as what's been going on all week. Another eventful week of conference play here tonight, or all week, I should say, and especially here tonight with everybody getting into the action. So for the boys on Tuesday, Central City went to North Lynn and lost 95-30. Alburnett was at Starmont, and the Pirates took down the Stars 88-33. East Buchanan went to Edgewood Colesburg, and the Buccaneers won 68-42. And Maquoketa Valley went to Springville and took down the Orioles 77-48. On the east side, North Cedar went to Easton Valley, but the Riverhawks took care of business 54-32. Marquette Catholic went to Midland, won by 20, 55-35. And Calamus-Wheatland snuck past Lisbon at the home court of the Lions, 46-44. And then in non-conference action, Prince of Peace hosted Cedar Valley Christian, and the Irish got the win 68-19. In non-conference play on Thursday, just one game with a recorded final score. Midland hosted Tipton and won 56-46. Here tonight, Central City's at Alburnett. Other games around the west side, East Buchanan's at North Lynn, Springville's at Starmont, and Edgewood Colesburg's at Maquoketa Valley. On the east side, Midland's at North Cedar, Easton Valley at Lisbon, and Prince of Peace is at Calamus-Wheatland. My predictions for the west side games: North Lynn over East Buck, Springville over Starmont, and Mac Valley over Edco. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting five for both sides here tonight. First for the Pirates. At a guard, they have a 5'9" junior, Jordan Caton, averaging 15 points per contest, shooting it better than 45%, both from the floor and from three. Has not missed a free throw. 3 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and a team best 4 steals. The man in the middle for the Pirates is the 6'8" senior Titan Bowers, averages 13 points a contest on 75% shooting, nearly 5 rebounds, and swats 2 block shots per game. Certainly got to watch out for him in the paint, whether you're on offense or on defense. Also in the starting five is Braden Osborne. The 6'3" junior leads the way with 18.4 points per game. Also the leading rebounder with 8 per contest, 2.2 assists, and 3.4 steals. A couple of neighbors round out the starting five. Adam Neighbor is a 5'8" senior, 4.5 points per night with 2.5 rebounds, just better than 4 assists, and 2.5 steals. And Mason Neighbor, a 6'1" senior, rounds things out, 7.2 points per game on 35% shooting, just under 2 rebounds, just under 3 assists, and 2.5 steals. And now the starting five for your Central City Wildcats. First is the point guard Matthew Klosterman, the 5'10" sophomore, averaging better than 13 points per night. Leads the way in several other categories, 5.9 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 2.5 steals. His older brother Aiden starts the 2 guard, the 5'10" junior, averaging just under 10 points per game, 41% shooting from the floor, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Starting at a forward is Makai Benton, the 6'3" junior, averaging a team-best 14 points per game, shooting at a team-best 35% from 3 and 82% from the free throw line, adds in 5.7 rebounds as well. At another forward is Braden Rickles, the 6'1" senior, averaging 2.5 points per contest so far this year, as well as 2.5 rebounds. And to round out the starting five is the man in the middle. That is Marcus Shellhorn, the 6'4" senior, averaging 4.5 points, shooting better than 50% from the floor, 4.7 rebounds, a little over 1 steal, and also leading the way with 0.6 blocks per contest. So there are your starting fives for both teams. As we are getting set to go, by the way, stick around at halftime. Matthew Klosterman joined me at the boys' halftime for the girls' halftime. For the boys' halftime, Lexi Hennick will be joining me for a brief interview here on the Wildcat Sports YouTube channel. So the Pirates and Wildcats a little under 2 minutes away from getting things going. Wildcats led by first-year head coach Ryan Turner. Pirates led by 30th-year head coach Jeff Christofferson. I don't think Coach Turner is 30. I believe he's still in his 20s, in which case Coach Christofferson has been here at this job at Alburnett longer than Coach Turner has been alive. Incredible longevity from Coach Christofferson. Has racked up wins over the years, 339 in his career. And he is a wily veteran, if you will. Has a very high-quality Alburnett team on the floor. This will be a big challenge for Central City. We'll see if they can stick around and give the Pirates a run for their money here in this Tri-Rivers West matchup. Both teams making their way over to the bench. And we will meet the starters in less than a minute. It's the normal starting five for Central City. They've played around with it a little bit, but not too much. Alburnett also pretty consistent in their starting five. In fact, these 5 starters for Alburnett are the only 5 players that have started the contest for the Pirates all season to this point. Clock has stopped, about 30 seconds left. They will clear it and meet the starters. And as the Alburnett public address announcer introduces the starting lineups, I will follow along and give you the starting 5 for both sides here tonight. In fact, doing the PA announcing here will be Mark Knoll, the voice of the Alburnett Pirates on their Pirate Cast. He's doing some double duty and also doing the introductions for the public address announcing here live on site. So a 4-1 Alburnett team, a 4-3 Central City team. Here are the starting lineups. First for Central City, a 5'10 sophomore, number 1, Matthew Klosterman. For Alburnett, a 5'9 junior, number 3, Jordan Caton. For Central City, a 5'10 junior, number 10, Aiden Klosterman. For the Pirates, a 6'8 senior, number 4, Titan Bowers. For the Wildcats, a 6'3 junior, number 23, Makai Benton. For the Pirates, a 6'3 junior, number 5, Braden Osborne. For the Wildcats, a 6'1 senior, number 30, Braden Rickles. For the Pirates, a 5'8 senior, number 11, Adam Neighbor. And for the Wildcats, a 6'4 senior, number 34, Marcus Shellhorn. And for the Pirates, a 6'1 senior, number 20, Mason Neighbor. Assistant coach for the Wildcats is John McGovern. First-year head coach is Ryan Turner. Assistant coach for the Pirates are Ryan Gable, Brian Huber, and Alec Phillip. Alburnett's 30th-year head coach is Jeff Christofferson. So one more time, your starting fives: Klosterman, Benton, Rickles, and Shellhorn for Central City. Caton, Bowers, Osborne, Neighbor, and Neighbor for Alburnett. Wildcats wearing their traveling blacks with Wildcats across the chest in white numerals with red and white trim. Pirates in their home whites with Pirates across the chest in purple numerals with the gold outline, gold and purple trim down the sides. Shellhorn and Bowers will jump center. Tip controlled by Bowers, but goes to Shellhorn, and we are underway. Matthew Klosterman with the basketball, has it right wing. Backing out, looking over the floor. Gets it over to Rickles in the left wing. Dribbling right, trying to go inside. Hand off to Benton. No, he fakes it. Got to get out of there. Now gives it over to Klosterman. Matthew nearly has it taken away, keeps his dribble. Has it right wing. 15 on the shot clock. Klosterman driving inside. Falls away with the shot. That's no good, and Bowers pulls in the rebound. Gives it over to Caton. Long down court pass. Gets it over to Neighbor in the corner. Neighbor driving inside. Out to Osborne. He will take a three-pointer from the right side. That is good. Braden Osborne splashes in a three-pointer. And the Pirates strike first. It's 3-0. Pirates pressuring in the full court. Klosterman dribbling left. Double team comes. Picks it up. Gets it over to Marcus Shellhorn, short corner. Back out to Rickles. And we got a foul inside called against the Pirates. That'll be the first foul of the contest. 3-0 Alburnett, less than a minute in. This foul called on Mason Neighbor. That is his first. Matthew Klosterman will throw it in. Looking over the floor. Gets it into Aiden Klosterman in the left corner. Poked out of bounds. Last touch by Caton. Will stay with the Wildcats. 7:07 to go in the opening quarter. 3-0 Alburnett. Aiden Klosterman will throw it in for Central City. Quickly gets it into Matthew Klosterman. Uses a screen from Benton. Now Benton clears out of there. Matthew has it top of the key. Uses the screen from Shellhorn. Gets the 6'8 Bauer switched onto him. Dumped down to Shellhorn. His layup is swatted out of play by Osborne. Last touched by Osborne, and that will stay with Central City. Matthew Klosterman calling out the play. Wildcats in a box around the painted area with Matthew Klosterman to throw it in. Klosterman gets it into Benton, short corner on the right side. Out to Shellhorn on the right wing. Dribbling left. Gives it over to Rickles, left wing. Rickles fakes the three. 12 on the shot clock. Rickles loses it. Taken away by Osborne. Quickly out to Caton, running in transition. Lays it up. Hangs in the air, but can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Poked out of play. No, it is saved, but right into the hands of Braden Rickles. Up ahead to Aiden Klosterman. Has it left wing. Inside to Benton. He'll look to go up. Puts it up. That's no good off back iron. Rebounded by Benton. Gets his own miss. His putback's no good. And Titan Bowers, the big 6'8 senior, clears the rebound. Mason Neighbor has it right wing. Over to Osborne, left wing. Gets into the corner to Caton. Poked by Matthew Klosterman. Gets it right back. Back to Osborne. Inside to Bowers. Bowers going to work inside. Dump down to Neighbor. Swing out to Osborne, looking to go inside. Floater on the way, and that is good. Braden Osborne floats it in. He's got all five. It's 5-0 Alburnett, 2 minutes into the game. Matthew Klosterman crossing into the front court. He's double teamed over to Aiden Klosterman. We got a timeout called by Coach Turner, and he is not happy. It's a full 60-second timeout called by Coach Turner. First timeout of the game 5:51 to go in the first quarter. Alburnett 5, Central City 0. And Braden Rickles is quickly subbed out of the game. He will be replaced by Jaden Hansen, the 5'11 junior, playing in his 8th game of the season, averaging less than a point per game with 1.5 rebounds. And Coach Turner is giving a spirited speech to his team at the moment. So 5-0 Alburnett. Braden Osborne responsible for all 5 Alburnett points so far. 1 triple and 1 little floater inside. Only 1 foul has been called. Win against Alburnett was called on Mason Neighbor. 5:51 remaining in this first quarter of play. The warning horn sounds. 15 seconds left for these teams to get back out there. No subs for the Pirates. Same 5 still out there. For the Wildcats, it's the Klostermans with Benton, Shellhorn, and Hansen newly checked into the game. Hansen will inbound it. There's 25 seconds on the shot clock for Central City, as the Pirates are given some pressure here. Inbounds pass in the backcourt goes to Matthew Klosterman. Crosses the timeline into the front court. Klosterman over to Aiden Klosterman, right wing. Looking around, gets it up to Hansen. Now Matthew Klosterman, left wing. Top of the key to Jaden Hansen. Nice pass inside, tipped away, last touched by Marcus Shellhorn. And it will go to Alburnett. Little over 5.5 minutes to play in the first. 5-0 Pirates. Jordan Caton running the 1 for Alburnett. Gets it over to Adam Neighbor. Has it top of the key at the Pirate logo. Dribbling left, hands off to Caton. Matthew Klosterman working through screens. Tipped away, nearly stolen. Now they'll try to secure it. It is stolen. Aiden Klosterman comes out of there with it. The Wildcats trying to get a basket here. Matthew Klosterman has the top of the key, guarded by Adam Neighbor, dribbling right. Now looking to go inside. Good take, good spin, puts it up. No, it's a dump down to Benton. His layup is good. Great assist by Matthew Klosterman, and Makai Benton gets the scoring started for Central City. 5-2 Alburnett. Inside, Mason Neighbor out to Osborne, fakes the corner 3. Little floater with the offhand inside's no good, and Aiden Klosterman rebounds. Matthew Klosterman into the front court, has it left wing, goes between the legs. Nearly has it poked loose, but it's good. That's a good job of staying strong with the basketball. Over to Hansen on the right wing. Into the corner to Shellhorn. Guarded by Bowers out there. Over top of the key to Hansen. 15 on the shot clock. Nearly taken away. Hansen gets it back and gives it over to Matthew Klosterman. 10 on the shot clock. Wildcats have to go here. Matthew Klosterman uses a screen. He will pull up. Left wing 3 on the way. That is no, it does take a roll and goes in. Matthew Klosterman gets the nice roll, bounced about 3 times and falls through. We're tied 5 apiece. Neighbor swings it out to Osborne. Fakes the 3 over to Mason Neighbor. Inside to Bowers. He will go one-on-one with Benton. Help on the backside, and it's no good. Rebounded by Makai Benton. Good help from Aiden Klosterman to at least give him something to think about as well. Matthew Klosterman has it. We're tied 5 apiece halfway through our first quarter. Over to Hansen, right wing. Gets it over to Aiden Klosterman in the corner. Uses the screen from Hansen, picks up his dribble up to Shellhorn, top of the key. Swings it over to Benton, fakes the jumper, now gives to Matthew Klosterman. He will take another 3-pointer. That's just off the mark. No good, rebounded by Osborne. Osborne trying to run here. Into the corner to Caton. Back to Osborne, Bowers top of the key. Now a swing pass goes to Neighbor. Caton running in cut there, but pass is nearly tipped away. Now they'll go inside to Bowers. Bowers dribbling right. Nice back cut by Caton. He goes up and under but can't get it to go, and it's rebounded by Makai Benton. Aiden Klosterman brings it into the front court for Central City. Over to Benton. He fakes the 3. Has it straight on over to Aiden Klosterman. He will take a left wing 3-pointer. That is no good. Off the back iron. Aiden saves it, gets it into Shellhorn, who can't handle it. And it will go over to Alburnett. Couple of subs for the Pirates as Peyton Baker's into the game, as is Grayson Carolyn. Baker, a 6'1 junior, averaging 3 points per night. Carolyn, a 6'2 senior, averaging just better than 7 points per contest. Peyton Baker running the 1. Over to Caton, dribbling right. Step back 3-pointer on the way from Caton. That is no good, and Shellhorn secures the rebound. Still knotted up at 5 here in the first quarter. Klosterman goes between the legs. Kicks it over to Hansen in the corner. Fakes the 3. Out to Shellhorn. Now over to Benton on the right wing. Dribbling left. Inside the paint. Nice spin move. Benton goes up. That is good off the back iron. Takes the roll through. Benton's got 4, and it's 7-5 Central City. Baker with the basketball for the Pirates. Over to Osborne, right wing. Uses the screen, now tries to go the other way. Over to Neighbor. He'll take a three-pointer. That one is going to be no good. Bounces off the back iron, nearly had a repeat of Matthew Klosterman's three-pointer from before, but that one is no good. Aiden Klosterman with the basketball. Over to Shellhorn, right corner. It's poked loose. Last touched by the Pirates, I believe, and it will be last touched by Alburnett. Stays with Central City. 2:10 to go in the opening quarter. 7-5, Central City on top. Jaden Hansen will throw it in. 24 on the shot clock. Quick stoppage here. As I believe the referees are trying to make sure nothing gets going between Caton and Klosterman as they're both kind of bumping up against each other, trying to get in position. Inbounds pass goes to Shellhorn. Over to Hansen, right wing. Inside to Benton, taken away on the backside by Baker. Nearly loose. And Carolyn does just stay in bounds. Gets it over to Baker, crosses into the front court. Over to Osborne. He'll take a right wing three. That's no good. Shellhorn all over the glass here tonight so far. Gets another rebound. Matthew Klosterman into the front court. Has a right wing. Pull up for a three-pointer. That is off the mark. Left it short, but Shellhorn gets the backside rebound. And they're going to call him for a carry. They're going to say he carried the ball. And that'll be a turnover, but great hustle from Shellhorn as Lucas Greif is into the game for the first time. He replaces Hansen. Greif, a 5'8 senior, averaging 2.5 points a game. Jordan Baker with the Peyton Baker, with the basketball for Alburnett. Over right wing to Adam Neighbor. Top of the key to Osborne. Over to Baker, left wing. Dribbling right, inside the Neighbor. He will fake the shot over to Carolyn. His shot is going to be good, and the foul as Grayson Carolyn gets his first basket of the night. A foul as well. Foul will go on Marcus Shellhorn. That is Central City's first. Also Marcus's first. Tied 7-7. Carolyn will shoot one at the free throw line. Free throw from Carolyn is good. Titan Bowers back into the game. He is replacing Mason Neighbor. Lucas Greif inbounds the ball to Aiden Klosterman. Aiden trying to go one-on-one here on the press. Picks up his dribble in the backcourt. Gets it over the half-court line to Marcus Shellhorn. Minute 20 to go in the opening quarter. 8-7 Alburnett. Matthew Klosterman has the top of the key back near the volleyball line. Wildcats trying to run a set here. Matthew driving in, picks it up out to Benton, top of the key. Benton looking around, 12 on the shot clock. Lucas Greif trying to drive inside, out to Shellhorn, 10 on the shot clock. Aiden Klosterman trying to go inside, out to Matthew Klosterman, 5 on the shot clock. Matthew driving inside, throws it up, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Matthew Klosterman. I'm going to say I disagree with that one, and we'll leave it at that. Jordan Caton back into the game for Alburnett. He will replace Adam Neighbor. Less than a minute to go here in the first quarter. 8-7, Alburnett leading Central City by just a point. Jordan Caton bringing it up for the Pirates. That was Matthew's first foul, by the way. Baker has it right wing. Over to Caton. He's open for a three-pointer. That is no good. Rebound tipped around, picked up by Shellhorn again. He is doing excellent work on the glass. And it's Central City basketball into the front court. Double team comes. Klosterman gets it over to Aiden Klosterman. He will take a mid-range jumper. That's off the mark, and Braden Osborne rebounds. Shot clock is off. Osborne looking to run. Over to Baker. He's driving inside. Over to Bowers. He'll go inside now. He puts one up. That is no good. Gets his own rebound. Out to Caton. He's wide open for a three. Leaves that one short, but Osborne rebounds. We've got a foul on the inside called on Central City. And Matthew Klosterman just picked up his second. And that is bad news if you're Central City, as Braden Rickles will replace him, and Mason Neighbor into the game for Grayson Carolyn for Alburnett. Braden Osborne will inbound the ball for the Pirates, gets it into Mason Neighbor in the corner, out to Caton. Now going inside to Osborne, over to Bowers, top of the key. Osborne will pull it out and hold for one here for the Pirates. Osborne goes opposite of the screen, lays it up, that is good. Great take and finish by Osborne, he's got 7. Aiden Klosterman chucks it at the buzzer. He got it! Aiden Klosterman drains it from beyond half court. What a shot from Aiden Klosterman. His first bucket of the ball game, and what a bucket it was, and that ties us up going into the second quarter. 10-10, one quarter of the way through this basketball game. Wildcats were getting a little down after Matthew picked up his second foul. Aiden Klosterman picks him right back up, drains a triple well beyond the half-court line. So 10-10 through 1 quarter of play. Central City led by a variety of players. Makai Benton has 4. Aiden and Matthew Klosterman both have 3. For Alburnett, Braden Osborne did the bulk of the work. He has 7. Grayson Carroll added 3 on an and 1. Obviously, the big foul trouble for Central City is Matthew Klosterman. He's got 2. Marcus Shellhorn also has 1. Just 1 foul on the Pirates. Mason Neighbor has that 1. So we're all knotted up through a quarter of play. Wildcats out there with Aiden Klosterman alongside Greif, Rickles, Shellhorn, and Benton. The Pirates have Bowers, Caton, both of the Neighbors, as well as Osborne. Alburnett basketball first. Adam Neighbor will throw it in. And now they will switch spots, and Osborne will throw it in. Osborne gives it into Adam Neighbor, and the second quarter is underway. Neighbor into the front court, over to Osborne right wing. Osborne dribbling left, over to Caton. Swing over to Adam Neighbor. Goes the opposite way of the screen, open inside, lays it up, gets the foul as well. As Adam Neighbor gets his first basket of the contest. And the foul went on Lucas Greif. And that is his first, team foul number 4. Adam Neighbor the chance to make it a 3-point play here at the line. Free throw from Adam Neighbor is too strong, no good off the back iron. Marcus Shellhorn with the rebound, and they're going to call a jump ball. Coach Turner does not like the call. The arrow does favor Central City this time, but Coach Turner's certainly not liking the call that time. Inbounds pass goes to Aiden Klosterman. Klosterman into the front court, picks it up, over to Benton. Benton open for a 3. He can't get it to go. Offensive glass pulled in by Greif. He goes back up. That is good. Lucas Greif, one of the shortest players on the floor, hustles and gets the offensive board and puts it back in. We're knotted up at 12. Nearly poked away. Shellhorn pokes it away, picks it up, looking to run. Has a one-on-one, tipped away by Osborne out of bounds, and it will stay with Central City. So Braden Rickles will throw it in. Everybody else lined up in a box around the painted area. 12-12 here at the in the second quarter of this one. Benton goes inside to Rickles, puts it up. That is good. Braden Rickles. Great job posting up inside and gets the basket to go. Caton goes inside at Bowers. There's no way that is a foul. I'm sorry, no journalistic professionalism on that one. That is absolutely not a foul. Makai Benton quite literally did not touch him. The referee was not on the backside. He assumed he saw what he saw. That is not a foul. That is really, really a shame. And how about that? The basketball gods work in mysterious ways, as right after the non-foul was called, they turn it over, and we get it back. And I'm sorry if I'm going on a partisan rant here, but it's the Wildcat Sports YouTube channel, and that was not a foul. That one's tipped out of bounds by Adam Neighbor. Aiden Klosterman letting Coach Turner know he's fouling him, but not much Coach Turner can do, unfortunately. We've got a quick timeout. As the inbounds pass goes to Aiden Klosterman. Into the front court to Marcus Shellhorn, left wing. Has it top of the key, over to Lucas Greif on the right wing. Dribbling left, gives it to Rickles. Has it back near half court. Now dribbling, trying to go inside. And there's going to be a foul on Rickles, who tumbles to the floor. Braden Rickles fouled on the drive. That is Alburnett's second. The foul was called on Braden Osborne. That is his first. Braden Rickles will throw it in. Gets it into Makai Benton. Benton driving inside, goes behind the back. Brings it out to the three-point line. Over to Greif, guarded by Caton. Greif driving inside, good take. Floater short off front of the rim and rebounded by Adam Neighbor. Neighbor running, stops, puts it up, blocked by Shellhorn partially. Gets his own rebound, does Neighbor. Neighbor looking around, gets it out to Mason Neighbor. Inside to Bowers, matched up with Aiden Klosterman. His floater is good, and we are tied once again at 14 apiece. Bowers gets his first basket of the ball game. Aiden Klosterman trying to run here, poked from behind, taken away by Neighbor. Up to Osborne looking to run. He will lay it up. That is good, and the Pirates are back on top. Braden Osborne leads all scorers with 9. And now it's taken away by Adam Neighbor again, and Aiden Klosterman called for a reach-in. That is Aiden's first, team foul number 6. And they're going to put Matthew Klosterman back in the game, playing with 2 fouls. Got to be careful here. Also back in for Alburnett, we've got Peyton Baker replacing Braden Osborne. Baker will inbound it for the Pirates. 16-14 Alburnett. Inbounds pass goes to Mason Neighbor. Over to Adam Neighbor, nearly taken away by Rickles, but instead Caton gets a wide open 3. Can't get it to go. No rebound on the backside, however, as that's tipped around, still loose. And Rickles controls it, and they're going to say he traveled. I didn't see that, but they're going to say it was a traveling violation. And it will go back to Alburnett. And a 30-second timeout will be called by Coach Turner. I think he's doing everything he can to avoid getting himself teed up at the moment. 5:50 to go in the second quarter. It's Alburnett 16 and Central City 14. For Central City, Makai Benton has 4 points. Matthew Klosterman, Aiden Klosterman, both with 3. I've got Braden Rickles here with 2. Lucas Greif also has 2. For Alburnett, Braden Osborne has 9. Grayson Carolyn with 3. Adam Neighbor and Titan Bowers both with 2. The Wildcats have Matthew Klosterman with Makai Benton, Greif, Rickles, and Shellhorn. Pirates back on the floor as well with the Neighbors, Osborne, Bowers, and Baker. Baker will throw it in from the baseline. Baker looking to get it in. Gets it in to Osborne, and they're going to say he traveled. Braden Osborne has called for the travel, so it goes back to Central City. Wildcats trailing by 2, 16-14, 5:45 to play until the half. Matthew Klosterman crosses into the front court. Remember, he is playing with 2 fouls, has to be careful here. Wildcats running a set play here. Matthew Klosterman with the pesky Adam Neighbor playing defense, and we're going to have a 5 seconds closely guarded called. Play didn't set up in time, and that's a turnover. And Aiden Klosterman's right back into the game, and he will replace Lucas Greif. So the starting 5 are back out there for Central City. Again, it's 16-14 Alburnett, 5:35 to play in the half. Adam Neighbor running the 1 for Alburnett. He has a top of the key guarded by Matthew Klosterman, dribbling left. Gives it over to Osborne, going to the right. Goes inside to Bowers. Benton playing defense there. Puts it up. That is going to be no good. Couldn't get the roll, and Matthew Klosterman rebounds. Klosterman looking the floor over. Trying to go inside. Picks it up out to Benton. Thought about a 3. Over to Aiden Klosterman, left wing. Dribbling right. Up to Shellhorn, top of the key. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Matthew Klosterman gets it up to Rickles, top of the key. Over to Aiden Klosterman, left wing. Give to Shellhorn in the corner. 12 on the shot clock. Klosterman over to Shellhorn, left wing. Down to 8. Shellhorn driving. Now over to Rickles. He will take a 3-pointer. The shot clock winding down, off the mark, and rebounded by Baker. Baker pulls in the rebound, up to Neighbor. Neighbor picks it up, gives to Baker. Baker goes into the corner to Osborne, out to Baker on the left wing. Top of the key to Adam Neighbor. Goes high post to Bowers. Bowers tells somebody to move, now looking to go inside. Gives it to Baker with a handoff. Osborne will take a corner 3. That is off the mark, and Shellhorn has another rebound. Excited to see his rebounding totals. He's got a ton here in just this first half. Aiden Klosterman has it left wing. Over to Matthew Klosterman, top of the key. Gives it over to Shellhorn on the left wing. Gives to Klosterman. He will take a corner 3. That rattles out, no good. Rebounded by Osborne. Good look from Aiden, couldn't quite get it to fall. Over to Baker, fakes the 3. Going inside, swings it out to Neighbor. Adam Neighbor for 3. That is no good, and it's rebounded by Benton. Great box out from the junior, with a 5-inch height disadvantage. Matthew Klosterman walking it up and calling out a set play. Over to Shellhorn, right wing. Top of the key to Aiden Klosterman. Inside to Benton. Mismatch in there, puts it up. That is good. Makai Benton with the basket. He's got 6, and we're knotted up at 16 apiece. 3:30 to go in the half. Inside to Neighbor. He is blocked by Shellhorn, but they're going to call a foul. Marcus Shellhorn whistled for the foul, and the Pirates will get a couple of free throws. And that is Marcus's second. So Mason Neighbor will shoot 2. He has yet to score. He's a 66% free throw shooter so far this season. First one on the way is good for Mason Neighbor. Pirates back on top 17-16. And Jaden Hansen's into the game for Central City, replacing Marcus Shellhorn, who just picked up his second foul. So got Caton and Carolyn back in for the Pirates, replacing Adam Neighbor and Titan Bowers. Second free throw from Neighbor is good. Mason Neighbor makes them both. It's 18-16 Alburnett. Matthew Klosterman guarded by Caton in the full court. Klosterman crosses the timeline into the front court. Has the top of the key. Tight defense being played by Caton. Over to Aiden Klosterman driving inside. Picks it up in the paint. Gets it out of there to Matthew. Trying to drive inside. Stop in the middle. Kicks it out to Aiden on the left wing. Tries to find Benton. It'll be last touched by Alburnett. They initially said it was Central City ball. They're going to talk about it. And this referee thinks it was touched by Alburnett. It was. Coach Turner was infuriated over there on the bench, but they did get the call right. Matthew Klosterman will throw it in. Does so to Makai Benton at the free throw line. Brings it back out beyond the three-point line. 10 on the shot clock as Benton drives in, lays it up, and he's fouled. And Makai Benton will go to the line to shoot a pair for Central City. Good drive by Benton. He's rewarded with a couple of free throws. Foul is called on Grayson Carroll in his first, and team foul number 3 for the Pirates, as Benton will shoot 2. He's a team best 82% from the line this season. As the first one is on the way, that one touches nothing but the nylon on its way down. He's got 7, and he will get one more. Trying to tie the game. It's 18-17 at the moment. Benton leading the way for Central City with 7 points. Second free throw on the way. He hits them both. Perfect on both. He's got 8. We're knotted at 18. 3 minutes to go in the half. Osborne with the basketball, right wing for the Pirates. Top of the key to Mason Neighbor. Gives it over to Baker on the right wing. Top of the key to Osborne, guarded by Rickles. Driving inside, spins in there, puts it up. That is good. Beautiful move by Braden Osborne. He's got 11 to lead all scorers. It's 20-18 Pirates. Aiden Klosterman over to Benton. Now back to Aiden. Gives to Matthew, top of the key near the half-court line. Matthew dribbling left, now goes the other way. Looking it over, picks up his dribble. It's tipped out of bounds by Baker. It will stay with Central City with 16 seconds on the shot clock. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this second quarter. It's 20-18. Alburnett by 2 as that one's taken away by Baker. Goes up, no good. Rebound picked up by Caton. Goes up with the follow, no good. And now it's loose and Osborne hustles over there for it. Caton swings it over to Baker. Baker swings it over to Neighbor. He will go baseline. Swings it out. Osborne open for a straight-on 3, wide open, and he puts it in. That's 14 for Osborne. It's a 5-point lead for Alburnett. Matthew Klosterman crosses into the front court. Driving inside. Good take by Matthew. Pull-up jumper. That's off the mark, and it's rebounded by by Baker. Baker gives it over to Caton. Loses his footing. Now Caton gives it over to Osborne. Minute and a half to go in the half. Carolyn has it in the corner on the right side. Over to Osborne, right wing. Inside, and Jaden Hansen with a pretty clear foul there. And that'll be a 1-and-1 for Alburnett. Not a good foul that time from Jaden. That's his first. Team foul number 8. The player fouled was Mason Neighbor. He will shoot a 1-and-1. Neighbor has 2 points here tonight. Both came at the free throw line as the first one is on the way and good. He makes the first. He'll get one more as Lucas Greif is going to re-enter the game for Central City. Lucas will replace Jaden Hansen. It's 24-18. Alburnett on top of Central City. One more shot upcoming for Neighbor. Second free throw from Neighbor is good as well. He's 4 for 4 on the night. It's 25-18. Alburnett to their biggest lead of the contest. Matthew Klosterman brings it into the front court. Picks it up over to Aiden Klosterman in the corner. Trying to go inside, picks up his dribble. Now to Rickles, tipped around, picked up, stolen away by Neighbor. Up ahead to Carolyn. He lays it up. That is no good. Rebound by Neighbor. His follow is good as Mason Neighbor puts it in. And Coach Turner is going to call a timeout. A full 60-second timeout is called by Coach Turner. 1:03 to go in the second quarter. It's Alburnett 27 and Central City 18. So the Wildcats have hung around for pretty much this entire first half, but they're at risk of losing the Pirates here. Need to see a little run out of them before the halfway point of this game. For Alburnett, they're led by Braden Osborne with 14 points. Mason Neighbor has 6. Grayson Carolyn with 3. Titan Bowers and Adam Neighbor both with 2. For Central City, Makai Benton has 8. Matthew Klosterman and Aiden Klosterman both have 3. And Braden Rickles and Lucas Greif both have 2. Coach Turner has a full and a 30 remaining. Coach Christofferson has yet to use a timeout. Minute 3 seconds to go until the break. Again, it is Alburnett 27 and Central City 18. Wildcats have to take care of the basketball here against a really good Alburnett team. Also have to make sure they're playing solid defense. They've done that pretty much all night. Got to make sure they keep that up. Full court press still in effect here. Inbounds pass goes to Matthew Klosterman. Just a man press here. So Matthew should be able to handle it himself. Gets it into the front court, guarded closely by Caton. Over to Aiden Klosterman, right wing, under a minute to go until the break. Aiden goes high post to Benton. Turns, has it stripped. Greif picks it back up. Now he dives after it. And we're going to have a jump ball. And the alternating possession arrow favors Alburnett. Coach Turner, again, not liking the call. Thought there was a foul, but only 3 fouls have been called on Alburnett this entire first half. Titan Bowers is back into the game for Alburnett. He will replace Grayson Carolyn. .45 on the game clock, 35 on the shot clock, as Jordan Caton will bring the basketball up for Alburnett. Pirates leading 27-18. Osborne has it left wing, give to Caton, dribbling top of the key, guarded by Matthew Klosterman. Goes to Osborne, over on the right side, now Neighbor. 30 seconds until the half. Inside to Bowers, Benton playing defense. Bowers trying to go inside, out to Neighbor. He will put up a corner 3, that is good. Mason Neighbor had himself a half here. He's got 9. It's 30-18. Pirates on a 12-0 run. Shot clock's off. 10 seconds till the break. Matthew Klosterman dribbling around, and he's fouled. That'll be team foul number 4 called against Alburnett. It went against Jordan Caton. That is his first. Still a ways away from the bonus. Adam Neighbors back into the game for Alburnett. He replaces Jordan Caton. Also Grayson Carolyn back in. He will be replacing Braden Osborne. 8.5 seconds to go. Aiden Klosterman will inbound. Looking around, gets it into Matthew Klosterman. 5 seconds as Matthew's still in the backcourt. Gets it over to Benton. 2 seconds. Benton skies up for a 3. Leaves it short. Greif is good on the putback, but it comes well after the buzzer. And that'll do it for the opening half of play. Wildcats stick around for quite some time, but it is a somewhat comfortable lead at halftime for Alburnett. It's Central City 18 and Alburnett 30 as the Pirates lead by a dozen. And now joining me here at the halftime period will be Lexi Hennick, a junior on the Wildcat girls basketball team. Lexi, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Not too bad. Thanks so much for joining me here. And first of all, have to talk about tonight's game. Certainly a tough one. What are some of your initial thoughts on that game?
I mean, coming into it, we knew we had some tough competition, but all we could really do is try our best, go out, bring our A game, and see what happens, I guess, always improving.
Obviously a really tough week, both for the boys and the girls, with Northland earlier this week. Is there any positives you can take away from a game like that against such fierce competition?
I think there were actually quite a few positives. Like Northland, they have a really strong press break, or I guess press, and we did a really good job at breaking it, so I feel like that went really well against them. And towards the end of the game, once we got Allie Olmstead kind of more shut down, then I feel like our defense kind of cleaned up a lot in the fourth quarter.
So obviously a very young team with, there's 4 freshmen that have started throughout this season and 5 that play regular minutes. As an upperclassman, do you feel more of a leadership role that you have to fill in this year?
Yeah, I definitely feel kind of a leadership role, and I mean, having a young team, I feel like it's a good thing because that just means that we have a lot of talent coming up and they have a lot of confidence. They just got to keep their confidence, keep shooting, and just play like normal.
So looking to the week ahead, just a couple of more games until we all go celebrate Christmas over the holiday break. So on the 19th, this coming Monday, you have an East-West game at Midland. Anything about Midland you know so far?
We haven't really done our scouting report yet, so not quite sure on them yet, but as always, all we can do is try our best and see what happens.
Then also East Buchanan coming to town on the 20th. That is Tuesday. So one more home game before we have the break until the 3rd. Any real goals you have before we take that break to try to see before we have that time off?
Yeah, I think we're going to try to work on some new defensive things, just so we have some more options, definitely get more comfortable with our inbounds plays and just try our best.
And one more question for you. So with such a young team, what are some goals you have working towards next year and the future as well as the rest of this season?
I think some goals, especially for the younger girls, is just being more confident, playing their game, and just not overthinking it so much.
Well, thank you so much, Lexi, for joining me here tonight. Wish you nothing but the best down the road, and looking forward to calling some more of your games.
Perfect, thanks.
Lexi Hennick, kind enough to join me here at halftime of this game. Again, 30-18 is our score here at the break, with Central City trailing Alburnett by a dozen. Like we saw during the girls' halftime, there are some future Alburnett Varsity Pirates out on the floor right now having some fun. But again, here at the half, our score is Alburnett 30, Central City 18. We were knotted up until Alburnett went on a 12-0 run to end that first half. Let's take a look at some halftime numbers here. First for Alburnett. They were led by their leading scorer, Braden Osborne. He averages 18.5 a game. He's already got 14 here at the break. Also pitching in some points was Mason Neighbor. He's gone over a scoring average already. Averages better than 7. He had 9 first half points, including a big three-pointer and some big free throws. Grayson Carolyn added 3, and Titan Bowers and Adam Neighbor both added 2. For Central City, Makai Benton led the way with 8 points. It was a very balanced scoring effort. Matthew Klosterman and Aiden Klosterman both had 3. Lucas Greif and Braden Rickles both added 2 points to round out the Wildcats scoring. For the Pirates, nobody with more than 1 foul. Jordan Caton, Braden Osborne, Mason Neighbor, and Grayson Carolyn all have 1, While for Central City, a couple of starters with 2. Matthew Klosterman and Marcus Shellhorn both have 2, while Aiden Klosterman, Makai Benton, and Jaden Hansen all sitting with 1 foul for the Wildcats. About 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go in this halftime break. Again, it's 30-18, halfway through this one. Alburnett on top of Central City. Well, we've got some time here at the half. Why don't we give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. At Heartland Bank, the strength of our bank lies in the relationships that give meaning to our work. At all times, we remain focused on what we do best, operating as a dependable community bank and delivering on our personal service commitment. Go Central City Wildcats. As always, I can't say thank you enough to Heartland Bank for all their outstanding support. Without them, we just simply would not be able to provide you with these broadcasts all throughout the fall and winter sports seasons. So thank you so much to them for their continued support of the Wildcat Sports YouTube channel and these local Wildcat broadcasts. I had the pleasure of calling all 10 football games this past fall, home and away. Ended up calling 8 wins and just 2 losses. Not a single close game in there, by the way. 8 blowout wins and a couple of blowout losses to very good teams. And Cindy McCarthy had the call for some volleyball this fall as well. Our Wildcats won a couple of postseason matches before falling at Springville, who made the state tournament. Were upset. Were expected to be the winners, but still is a high-quality volleyball team the Wildcats lost to. And then all throughout this winter, myself, Cindy McCarthy, will have the bulk of the announcing action, while Cody Ratliff, I believe, plans to get in on a couple. Jason McLaughlin might even get in if he has a chance. He's been an announcer for us for a couple of years here, getting in some games when he can. A little under 4 minutes to go in this halftime break. We talk again about the games going on around the conference here tonight. On the west side, East Buchanan is at North Lynn. Link's certainly a heavy favorite in that matchup. Springville at Starmont. I think this could end up being a close game, but I think Springville's still a decided favorite. And then Edgewood Colesburg is at Maquoketa Valley. I would put my money on the Wildcats, but we saw on Friday the Vikings are capable of coming out and putting together at least a competitive, tough effort, despite the fact that they do not have a lot of experience coming to that team this year. Over on the east side, I won't give any predictions. I don't know enough about those teams to give a prediction, but Midland is at North Cedar, Easton Valley is at Lisbon, and Prince of Peace is at Calamus-Wheatland. Historically, Easton Valley has been a power in the small school basketball in 1A. But they have lost a lot in graduation the past couple of years, so should still be a solid team, but they won't be as strong. Like I mentioned, we do have a East versus West game coming up at Midland on the 19th. That is this Monday. And then the final game before the break will be on December 20th, final game of the year. And that game will be at home this Tuesday, taking on East Buchanan. The Buccaneers coming to town. I will be on the call for that one from Central City. That'll be right here on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page, also streaming live for subscribers on the NFHS network. Pirates are back on the floor first, getting some shots up. A little under 2 minutes until we play second half basketball. Like I said, it was the Pirates and the Wildcats going back and forth all throughout that first half for the most part until late second quarter. The Pirates put together a 12-0 run thanks to some Wildcat turnovers that has them in control at the halfway point, 30-18. This is a very, very good Alburnett basketball team this year. A team that could legitimately make a run to Des Moines in the state tournament. They just about got the better of Northland the other night here at Alburnett. So certainly the Wildcats played very, very good basketball for about 14 minutes, but then things kind of broke down shortly before the half. Wildcats are back on the floor. They're over to my left getting some shots up. Pirates are over to my right. About 40 seconds to go as Pirates have made their way back over to the bench. And the Wildcats will be doing the same here shortly. So both teams about to get things underway here for the second half. Wildcats really do need a run quickly if they want to get back into this game against a team as high of quality as Alburnett. I really thought the Wildcats played some strong defense for the majority of that opening half. A couple of kids that didn't get into foul trouble, which was unfortunate, but we'll see if everybody can play through it. Nobody has more than two, so that's good to see. And we're about set to go. Same five at the start of the game for Central City. The close ones with Rickles, Shellhorn, and Benton. For Alburnett, it's also the same five as it is the neighbors with Bowers, Caton, and Osborne. Central City basketball first. They'll work right to left. Pirates will work left to right. Braden Rickles will inbound the ball to Matthew Klosterman. And the third quarter is underway as Klosterman crosses into the front court. Over to Aiden Klosterman in the left wing. Top of the key to Rickles. Goes over to Klosterman in the corner, or the right wing, excuse me. Dribbling up top of the key, going inside. Good take by Matthew, lays it up, beautiful drive, and Matthew Klosterman gets it to go. He's got 5. Osborne over to Adam Neighbor. Driving inside, out to Mason Neighbor. Straight on, open 3. That is no good. Tipped up, and we're going to get a foul called in the Pirates over the back. As that is Alburnett's first of the second half. We'll see who they whistled for it. That was Titan Bowers. That is the first foul for the 6'8 senior. Aiden Klosterman inbounds to Matthew Klosterman, who will bring it up, uses a screen from Shellhorn in the backcourt, into the front court to Marcus Shellhorn. Has it tipped away by Neighbor, trying to save it. It's still loose. Shellhorn picks it up, gives it over to Matthew Klosterman. Klosterman trying to go inside. A floater from the paint. That's no good. And it's rebounded by the Pirates, pulled in by Mason Neighbor. Down court pass to Caton, but it's off the mark. Out of play. It will go to Central City. Nearly a minute gone in the third quarter. 30-20, Alburnett by 10 as Benton inbounds to Matthew Klosterman. Pirates are running some press here in the full court. Matthew takes care of it into the front court, guarded by Bowers, about a foot height differential there as Shellhorn has it over to Benton left wing. Driving inside, steps through, puts it up, was partially blocked and picked up by Osborne. Osborne trying to run here. Over to Caton left wing, into the corner. Adam Neighbor back to Caton left wing. Backs it out, they're gonna run a set. 6:40 to go, 30-20 Alburnett here in the third quarter. Caton looking to drive inside, dishes it up for Bowers. He goes to the ground with it, puts it up, it's no good, but they're gonna get Benton for a foul. Coach Turner can't believe it. That'll be Mackay's second. Excuse me, they called it on Aiden Klosterman, that'll be his second. Both teams with 1 and 3 Wildcat starters have 2 fouls. Titan Bowers at the free throw line where he's shooting it. As he misses the first one, he's shooting at 55% so far this season. Bowers missed the first, he'll get one more. Second free throw from Bowers is on the way. He gets 1 of 2, makes the second, he's got 3. It's 31-20 as Aiden Klosterman takes the inbounds pass. Aiden loses it, now fighting for it, picks it back up. In trouble, gets it over to Matthew Klosterman. They got about 3 seconds to get back into the front court, and now Adam Neighbor takes it away, keeps it in bounds. Bowers driving inside, and they're gonna get a foul called on Marcus Shellhorn. That'll be his third. Titan Bowers will get to shoot 2 here. And by the way, the ball just wedged itself between the rim and the backboard as Shellhorn picks up his third, and Bowers will shoot 2. Foul trouble starting to rack up for Central City. 1 player with 3, 2 with 2 out of their starting 5 as Bowers makes the first. He's got 4, trying to make it 5. It's 32-20 Alburnett. 6:18 to go in the third. Bowers will take the second. That one is good. He makes both on that trip. He's got 5, 33-20. Pirates lead is the biggest it's been all game. Aiden Klosterman handles the press, brings it into the front court. Now he's double teamed, taking away a fight for it. They're laying out. It's still loose, rolling all over the place and picked up by Mason Neighbor. Neighbor going downhill, out to Osborne, fakes the 3. Gets it over to Caton. He's wide open for a triple. That's no good. Bowers working the offensive glass, and a foul is called on Central City. We'll see who they whistled for it. Aiden Klosterman just got his third. And they are somehow saying that was a shooting foul, even though Bowers never went up for a shot whatsoever. Bowers will shoot 2, I guess. First one on the way from Bowers is good. He's got a half dozen. It's 34-20. He'll shoot another. Bowers gets the second. He's got 7. It's 35-20. Aiden Klosterman trying to inbound it, gets it into Matthew Klosterman. In trouble in the backcourt, gets it up to Rickles. He will go up, it's blocked right back into his face. Now Neighbor will run up ahead to Osborne. He will step back for a triple. That rattles out, and it's rebounded by Shellhorn. Gives to Matthew Klosterman. Klosterman bringing it up into the front court. 35-20 Alburnett. Matthew puts it up, but it's blocked by the rim, and they're going to say he got hit in the head, which is an automatic foul. So Matthew Klosterman will shoot 2. The foul was called on Titan Bowers. That is his second. Team foul number 2 for Alburnett. Matthew is a 70% free throw shooter this year. And again, he will be shooting 2. First one on the way from Matthew. That is good. Nothing but net. He's got 6. 35-21 our score. We've got a warning called on Coach Turner. That is an official warning that is marked down in the book. Another warning would, I believe, result in the ejection of Coach Turner. Second free throw on the way from Matthew Klosterman is good as well. He's got 7, and it is 35-22. 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Adam Neighbor with the basketball. Gives it high post. Now back cut to Caton. His layup's good. Beautiful cut by Jordan Caton. Give the assist to Bowers, and Caton is finally on the board. Averages 15 a night. Just got his first basket. Matthew Klosterman right wing. Step back. Knocks a man off his feet. Neighbor, fell to the floor. And Caton fouls Aiden Klosterman. Jordan Caton just got called for his second foul. Team foul number 3. will stay with the Wildcats. Matthew Klosterman will throw it in for Central City. And we've got a stoppage, and a timeout is called by Coach Christofferson. He wants a 30. So 30-second timeout from the Pirates. 5:04 to go in the third quarter. It is Alburnett 37 and Central City 22. So looking at the numbers, as now one of the Alburnett assistants having to be warned by the referee to leave him alone. We'll take a look at the point totals. Braden Osborne has 14, all of which occurred in the first half. Mason Neighbor has 9. Titan Bowers has 6, 4 of which have come in the second half. Jordan Caton has 2. Grayson Carolyn has 3. And Adam Neighbor also has 2. For Central City, Benton has 8. Matthew Klosterman has 7. Aiden Klosterman has 3. Lucas Greif and Braden Rickles both have 2. Both teams back on the floor. Matthew Klosterman will throw it in for Central City. Everybody else in the box around the paint. As Matthew looking around, gets it into Benton, has it right wing. Top of the key to Rickles, over to Aiden Klosterman left wing. Gets it to Matthew Klosterman at the free throw line. Driving inside, lays it up. Oh, he can't get it to go, but it's tipped out of bounds by the Pirates. Bowers touched it last, and it will stay with Central City. Should have a fresh 35 on the shot clock, if I'm not mistaken. There it is. Matthew Klosterman will throw it in. Gets it into Aiden Klosterman. Open three from the corner, leaves it a touch short, and it's rebounded by Osborne. Adam Neighbor into the front court. Over to Caton on the left wing. And we've got a traveling violation called on the Pirates, so it'll go back to Central City. Peyton Baker and Grayson Carolyn back into the game for Alburnett, replacing Adam Neighbor, as well as Titan Bowers. 37-22 Pirates, 4:44 to play in the third. Braden Rickles will inbound, gets it into Matthew Klosterman. Matthew using a screen from Benton in the backcourt. Now he crosses into the front court. Has the top of the key, swings it over to Aiden Klosterman right wing. Driving inside, stops, tries to give it to Benton, does end up getting it to him. Benton will go up, his shot is short, but he's fouled. Looks like Carolyn's gonna be called for the foul. That is the case, and Carolyn just committed his second. Team foul number 4, and Mekhi Benton will go to the line to shoot 2. Benton leads the way for Central City with 8 so far, and he will get a couple of free throws here for Central City. First one on the way from Mekhi Benton is good. Nothing but nylon on the way down. He's got 9. Chance to get into double figures with 10, with another free throw upcoming. Second free throw on the way from Benton. That one is good. Off front of the rim, the backboard, and goes down. He's got 10. And Lucas Greif is in the game for Central City, replacing Braden Rickles. 37-24, 4.5 to go in the third. Alburnett basketball. Neighbor inbounds to Jordan Caton, who will run the one and crosses into the front court. Over to Baker on the left wing. Uses a screen from Carolyn. Gets it over to Osborne near half court. Trying to drive inside. Kicks it over to Carolyn. Now over to Neighbor left wing. Skips over to Baker. He's open for a right wing triple, but it's short off the side of the rim. Rebounded by Matthew Klosterman. He's trying to run. Has a man behind him. Sees him. Now trying to go inside. Step back move. Inside to Shellhorn. He will turn around and go up. He puts it in. Marcus Shellhorn gets the basket. His first of the game. 37-26. Wildcats trying to crawl back into it. Baker goes behind his back. Kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way from Neighbor is no good off the back iron. Shellhorn hustling after the rebound. It goes out of play. Last touched by Central City, so it stays with Alburnett. Alburnett ball, fresh shot clock, 3:41 to go in the third, 37-26 Pirates. Baker will inbound, gets it into Carolyn in the corner. Over to Baker. Looking around, now going top of the key, guarded by Aiden Klosterman. Gives it the high post to Neighbor. Fakes the handoff, dribbling left, gives it to Caton. Back to Neighbor, top of the key, 20 on the shot clock. Over to Baker, left wing. Baker dribbling right, uses the screen. Taken away by Shellhorn. Great steal by Marcus Shellhorn. Gives it over to Benton. Over to Matthew Klosterman, who will cross into the front court. Gives it to Aiden Klosterman, right wing. Back to Matthew Klosterman, top of the key. He will pull up for a three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Osborne. 3 minutes to go in the third. Pass up ahead to Baker. It's poked by Greif. Baker gets it back. Spin move on the inside. It's blocked by Benton. Aiden Klosterman with the rebound. He'll look to run up ahead to Greif, but it's taken away by Osborne. Dump down pass to Caton. He'll step back for a three-pointer, and he drains it. Jordan Caton has 5, and it's 40-26. Lucas Greif has it blocked on the other end. It will stay with Central City. Braden Osborne swats that one away. Adam Neighbor back into the game for Alburnett. And he will replace Braden Osborne. Also have Titan Bowers back in. He is subbing into the game for Mason Neighbor. Matthew Closeman will throw it in for Central City from the baseline. Everybody else in a box around the painted area. Inbounds pass will go to Benton. Steps back, has it on the right wing. Going inside, and loses his dribble, and that was a foul. Benton just trying to drive after the basketball, but it was a foul, and it's a second. Team foul number 4. Both teams have 4. 2:32 to go until the end of the third. Inbounds pass goes to Jordan Caton. Pirates leading this one 40-26. Adam Neighbor gives it over to Baker, uses a screen. Going inside, dumps it down to Bowers. He will go up, and that is good. Titan Bowers has 9. It's 42-26 Alburnett. Matthew Klosterman into the front court to Greif. Inside to Shellhorn, but he wasn't ready for it, and it will go off his hands out of play. That is a turnover. And we've got a timeout called by Coach Turner. See if it was a full or a 30. It was a full. 2:05 to play in the third. It is Alburnett 42 and Central City 26. Coach Turner has just one timeout remaining. It is a 30-second timeout. Coach Christofferson has 3 fulls and a 30. So during the timeout, we'll give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we're here for you. As always, big thank you to Heartland Bank for their support. A little over 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Alburnett 42, Central City 26. We were tied at 10 after a quarter. Pirates went on a 12-0 run to end the second quarter and went into the break up a dozen. And they have extended that here by a couple of points. They lead this one 42-26. It's the Klostermans with Greif, Benton, and Shellhorn for Central City. Pirates have Bowers, Baker, Caton, Adam Neighbor, and Carolyn. It'll be Alburnett ball out of the timeout. And Jordan Caton will run the one for the Pirates. Caton crosses into the front court. 2 minutes to go in the third. Adam Neighbor has it right wing. Bowers top of the key. Not a threat to shoot it from out there. Over to Caton right wing. Greif falls down, and it's going to be a no-good layup from Caton. The student section reacted like he got crossed over, but he just slipped on the wet floor, trying to chase after him on the cut. Matthew Klosterman has the top of the key over to Shellhorn right wing. Now over to Aiden Klosterman in the corner. Tries to go inside, runs into a body, now gives it over to Shellhorn in the corner. Dribbling up, top of the key to Matthew Klosterman. Gives it over to Aiden Klosterman. He will take a right wing 3. That is going to be no good and rebounded by Bowers. Bowers gives it over to Caton, who will bring it up for Alburnett. Caton into the front court, 1:20 to go in the third. Top of the key to Bowers. Over to Caton right wing. Looking inside, swings it up to Adam Neighbor. He'll take a straight on three-pointer. He can't get it to go. Benton fighting for the rebound, secures it, and gives it over to Greif. Lucas Greif clears out and now crosses the timeline. Now looking to go downhill. Greif picks it up. Finds somewhere to go with it. In trouble. Now he'll just shoot it. A little fadeaway is short off side of the rim and rebounded by Caton. Up ahead to Baker. Baker goes up with it. Good D by Matthew Klosterman, but a foul on the rebound. We're going to see who they got it on. It was on Central City. That'll be our 5th team foul. We'll see which individual was whistled for it. That is on Matthew Klosterman, and that is his 3rd. Braden Rickles back in for Central City for Lucas Greif. Osborne and Neighbor back in for Alburnett, replacing Caton and Carolyn. Both Klostermans now have 3 fouls. Got to be careful the rest of the way as Wildcats try to claw their way back into this one. Osborne will throw it in. Inbounds to Mason Neighbor in the left corner. Over to Baker. Adam Neighbor driving baseline. We've got a foul on the Pirates, an offensive foul as Rickles hit the deck. That'll be Alburnett's 5th. It was called on Mason Neighbor. That is his 2nd. I believe a legal screen was the call. Aiden Klosterman will inbound. Gets it into Matthew Klosterman, crosses into the front court, pokes from behind. That is a foul. They'll get Adam Neighbor for that one. That'll be team foul number 6. That'll be Adam Neighbor's 1st. So we're getting close to some free throws the rest of the way here in the 3rd quarter. Wildcats have 5 team fouls. Pirates have 6. 35 on the shot clock, 40 on the game clock here in the 3rd quarter. Aiden Klosterman will inbound. Gets it into Matthew Klosterman in the backcourt. Back into the front court. Guarded by Adam Neighbor. Over to Rickles' left wing. Gets it over to Benton, top of the key, dribbling right. Backs out, picks up his dribble. Over to Shellhorn, has it left wing, top of the key to Matthew Klosterman. Driving inside. Gets it over to Shellhorn, top of the key. Rickles nearly loses it, gets it back. Gets it back to Matthew Klosterman. Has it left wing, looking around. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Wildcats have to get a shot up here, 5 on the shot clock. Aiden Klosterman with the basketball. Has to shoot it, will just throw something at the basket and nearly put it in. Wasn't even a true shot for him, he just kind of threw something up there. And Braden Osborne is just off to the left on the half-court heave at the buzzer. And that'll do it for 3 quarters of action here from Alburnett. We've played 3, Alburnett on top of Central City. Our score, Pirates 42, Wildcats 26. Here's a look at the numbers through 3 quarters. For Alburnett, Braden Osborne leads the way with 14, all of which came in the first half. Titan Bowers and Mason Neighbor both have 9. Jordan Caton has 5. Grayson Carolyn has 3, and Adam Neighbor has 2. For Central City, it is Makai Benton leading the way with 10. Matthew Klosterman has 7. Aiden Klosterman with 3. Braden Rickles and Marcus Shellhorn, as well as Lucas Greif, all have 2. Looking at the foul trouble, both Klostermans have 3 fouls, as does Marcus Shellhorn. Makai Benton has 2. Lucas Greif and Jaden Hansen both have 1. For the Pirates, Mason Neighbor, Grayson Carolyn, Jordan Caton, and Titan Bowers all have 2. Braden Osborne and Adam Neighbor both have 1. Out of the timeout, it is Alburnett basketball to begin the 4th quarter. It's the Klostermans with Benton, Rickles, and Shellhorn for Central City. The Neighbors with Bowers, Caton, and Osborne for the Pirates. Alburnett basketball first. Final 8 minutes of play about to get underway here from Alburnett High School. Osborne inbounds to Adam Neighbor in the front court. 4th quarter's underway. Pirates working left to right here. Neighbor picks up his dribble, swings it over to Caton. Caton dribbling left towards the half-court line. Now over to Osborne, left wing. Back to Caton, near top of the key. Now back to Osborne. Steps up, now gives it over inside to Bowers, taken away by Makai Benton on the steal. Benton will look to run here, goes behind his back. Swings it over to Aiden Klosterman. He is wide open. Puts up a 3-pointer, knocks it down. Aiden Klosterman with time to set. He's got 6, and it's 42-29. Matthew Klosterman tips it and steals it. Now he'll look to run the other way. Matthew has it poked right to his brother. Aiden puts up another. He got it! Aiden Klosterman hits back-to-back threes. He's got 9. It's back to a 10-point ball game. Mason Neighbor with the basketball. Over to Adam Neighbor. He fakes a 3. Over to Osborne. He will take a 3. That is no good, but Mason Neighbor with the rebound, and a foul is going to be called, I think, on Matthew Klosterman. And that would be his 4th, I believe. That would be. Here's the official indication. That is his 4th. Matthew, 1 foul away from fouling out. Osborne will throw it in. Both teams have 6 fouls. We'll shoot the rest of the way. Inbounds pass goes to Caton in the right corner. Bowers sets a screen. Inside, Bowers matched up with Matthew Klosterman. Over to Osborne. He is wide open for a triple. Rattles it home. Braden Osborne gets his first basket of the second half. He's got 17 to lead all scorers. 45-32 as Matthew drives in. Kicks it out to Aiden Klosterman. Picks it up. Now it's loose. They're diving after it. Jump ball would favor Central City. It will be Wildcat ball. 6.5 to play in the game. 45-32 Alburnett as Matthew Klosterman will throw it in for Central City. Gets it into Makai Benton. Inside to Shellhorn. Good backup, but he can't get it to go. It's rebounded by the Pirates, picked up by Adam Neighbor. Neighbor crossing into the front court up to Caton. He's open for a three from the corner. He can't get it to go. Neighbor working on the offensive glass, gets the rebound. He's fouled and one. Adam Neighbor gets the basket to go. That is Marcus Shellhorn's fourth. And team foul number 7 on Central City. So now 2 starters for Central City, just a foul away from ending their night early, as Adam Neighbor will shoot one. He's an 80% free throw shooter this year, and he gets that one to go. 5 for Neighbor. It's 48-32 as the inbounds pass goes to Matthew Klosterman. Klosterman into the front court, guarded by Neighbor. Swings it over to Rickles. Poked away, nearly stolen. Aiden Klosterman gets it back. He will drive inside. Goes up with the layup. That is good. Good take by Aiden Klosterman. He's in double figures with 11, 8 of which have come within the last couple of minutes. Osborne driving inside. Kicks it out to Mason Neighbor, right wing. Inside to Adam Neighbor. Out to Osborne. Open corner three for Osborne. Can't leave him open. He's a heck of a ball player as he knocks in that triple. He's got 20 points to lead all scorers. Coach Turner is upset that he was left that open. We got a timeout. Coach Turner will use his final timeout of the night. It's a 30-second timeout. 5:39 to play. It's Alburnett 51 and Central City 34. And I just heard Coach Turner yelling at his team. They have to know where their shooters are at. They left Osborne open a couple of plays in a row, and he made him pay. So Wildcats back out there. No subs. It's still the starting 5. Remember, both Aiden Klosterman and Marcus Shellhorn are playing with 4 fouls. It's also the starters for Alburnett, as Braden Rickles will inbound it for Central City against this press. Inbounds pass goes to Matthew Klosterman. About 5.5 minutes to play in the game. Klosterman into the front court. Picks it up. In some trouble, needs to get rid of it. Gets it into Benton high post. Trying to go inside, double team, steps through, puts it up, and he is going to be fouled. And Makai Benton, I believe, will shoot 2. Are they saying that was not on the shot? That's unbelievable. They're going to say it was not on the shot. The foul's on Titan Bowers. It's his 3rd. That is going to be a 1-and-1 for Benton. It should have been 2, but they're going to say it was somehow not on the shot. So 1-and-1 upcoming for Makai Benton. Benton has 10 points so far tonight. First free throw is up and no good, and rebounded by Neighbor. Mason Neighbor, long down court pass to Caton. He dumps it down to Bowers, who lays it up. Titan Bowers with 11. 53-34 Pirates as Matthew Klosterman crosses into the front court. Dumps it down to Shellhorn. His layup is good. Good find from Klosterman. Good finish from Shellhorn. He's got 4. 53-36, 5 minutes to go. Neighbor dishes it over to Osborne. He will go inside, poked to behind from Shellhorn. Good hustle by Marcus to poke that one away. Will stay with the Pirates, 26 on the shot clock. Sub into the game for Alburnett as Peyton Baker's back in there. He's played quite a bit. He has yet to score. He replaces Adam Neighbor. Braden Osborne will throw it in for Alburnett. Gets it into Neighbor. Goes right up. Off the window, no. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touched by the Pirates. And it will go to Central City. Braden Rickles will inbound the basketball and does so to Matthew Klosterman. 4:45 to play as Klosterman crosses into the front court. Has the top of the key. Picks it up over right wing to Shellhorn. Top of the key to Rickles. Swings it over to Matthew Klosterman, and he is fouled by Jordan Caton. So Matthew Klosterman will shoot a 1-and-1. As Jordan Caton is called for his 3rd. The fouls are really starting to rack up here for both teams. Klosterman has 7 so far tonight. He's a 70% free throw shooter on the season. And this will be a 1-and-1. Team foul number 8 on the Pirates. First free throw on the way from Matthews, good. Perfect on that one. He's got 8. And one more free throw upcoming from Matthew. 53-37 is our score. Second free throw is on the way, and that one is good. Matthew makes both. He's got 9. 53-38. Wildcats in a full court press here. Baker has it. Double team comes. Gets it over to Neighbor, crossing into the front court. Driving inside, goes up at Benton. The shot's no good. Bowers on the follow is good. And Titan Bowers continues his nice night. He's got 13. Right at his scoring average. Inside to Rickles. He will fall away. Off the window, too strong, no good. And Bowers with the rebound. Wildcats staying up in the full court press. Osborne has it. He's double teamed. And they just get it over in time, as before they did so, Coach Christofferson called the timeout. Was a 30-second timeout. 4:04 to go in the fourth quarter. It's 55-38 Alburnett. And they just got that timeout in time because 10 seconds came off the clock. By rule, that would be a 10-second violation. Now with the shot clock, you can actually tell what is and is not 10 seconds for that backcourt violation, but the timeout was called just in time. Alburnett 55, Central City 38. Wildcats sticking around here in this game. I'm very impressed how the Wildcats have played. I'll just say that much. They've played a good game, sloppy at times, but it's a really good Alburnett team they're up against, and they have stuck around to the point where a comeback is certainly not impossible, if a little improbable perhaps, but certainly not out of the question. Peyton Baker sends it across half court, gets it to Neighbor, inside to Carolyn, swing to Caton. He's wide open for a triple. That is no good, and Shellhorn can't pick up the rebound. Caton gets it. Baker going inside, stops and is taken away by Shellhorn. Aiden Klosterman will run. Has a man coming behind him, picks it up. He will take a three-pointer. That is no good, and it's rebounded by Neighbor. Neighbor up to Osborne, into the front court to Carolyn. Tipped by Benton, tries to save it, but great hustle by Makai Benton to try to save it, but it went out of bounds first. Coach Turner yelling at the boys to match up and find a man. Playing some man-to-man here with 3:34 to go in the game. 55-38 Alburnett. Osborne will throw it in. Gets it into Caton. Top of the key to Baker. Over to Osborne. He will take a three-pointer from the right wing. That is good. What a ball game Braden Osborne's putting together here. He's got 23. Shellhorn into the front court. Spins. Nice move. Puts it up. That is good. Good move on the inside from Shellhorn. He's got 6. 58-40. Neighbor has it right wing. Swings it over to Baker. Now back over to Osborne. Guarded by Benton. Going inside. Benton with a reach in before the shot, so it'll be a 1-and-1. And Benton was just called for his third. That will be a 1-and-1 upcoming for Braden Osborne. And before the first free throw is administered, Adam Neighbor will sub in, and he will replace Jordan Caton. Osborne on the season, a 66% free throw shooter. He has 23 points here tonight to lead all scorers. First free throw on the way from Osborne is no good. Rebound is tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Neighbor, so it goes to Central City. Lucas Greif is back into the game for Central City. He is in to replace Braden Rickles. 58-40 Pirates, 3 minutes to play in the game. As Greif inbounds to Matthew Klosterman. Klosterman handling the press himself into the front court, has the top of the key. Gives it over to Aiden Klosterman, left wing. Goes high post to Shellhorn. Turns, looking to go downhill. Has it poked away by Neighbor, stolen by Adam Neighbor. Great pass down the floor to Osborne, and he lays it in. Beautiful play from the Pirates that time. As Osborne's having a game, he's got 25. Klosterman down to Benton. It's nearly taken away by Baker, but he stepped out of bounds first. So it'll stay with Central City, 60-40 Alburnett. 30 on the shot clock, 2:39 to go in the game. Matthew Klosterman will throw it in. Pirates guard the play well, gets it into Benton on the inside. Benton is fouled before the shot. So Makai will get a 1-and-1. That is team foul number 9 on the Pirates. It was called on Grayson Carolyn, and that is his third. Benton will shoot a 1-and-1. So far tonight, Makai's got 10 points. First free throw on the way from Benton. That is good. Give him 11 for the game, and he will get one more after making the front end. Benton and Aiden Klosterman leading the way with 11 points apiece for Central City. Second free throw from Makai on the way. Drains that one as well. He's got a dozen. It's 60-42. Wildcats still in a full court press. Mason Neighbor gets it over to Adam Neighbor, over to Osborne. He will take a triple from the left corner. That is no good, and Benton pulls in the rebound. It's taken away by Mason Neighbor, not taking care of it, and Neighbor throws it off of Benton's leg, and it stays with the Pirates. Jordan Caton and Titan Bowers back into the game for Alburnett. They will replace Grayson Carolyn as well as Peyton Baker. 60-42, 2:24 to go. Osborne will inbound, gets it into Adam Neighbor on the right wing. Top of the key to Caton, nearly taken to Matthew Klosterman. Caton driving inside instead, out to Adam Neighbor going baseline. Picks it up, top of the key to Mason Neighbor, now left wing. Short corner to Bowers, back up by Neighbor, and his layup is good. That's 11 for Mason Neighbor, 4 points above his average. 62-42, 2 minutes to go in the game. Matthew Klosterman picks it up out to Shellhorn. Top of the key to Greif. Greif over to Aiden Klosterman. Inside to Benton, poked away, but Benton gets it back. Going inside, throws it up, no good, but he's fouled. That was team foul number 10, so Benton will shoot 2. See who they whistled for it. That one was on Mason Neighbor. That is his third. And Makai Benton will shoot 2 here in the double bonus. First free throw on the way from Benton. That one is good. He's got 13. It's 62-43, a minute 52 to play in the game. Alburnett on top of Central City. Second free throw's on the way from Benton. He drains both. He's got 14 to lead the team. It's 62-44. Adam Neighbor with the basketball. Double teamed in the backcourt. Crosses through into the front court over to Osborne. Swings to Mason Neighbor, back to Adam Neighbor. Over to Caton on the right wing. Top of the key to Adam Neighbor. Neighbor picks it up. High post to Mason Neighbor. Gives it to Osborne. Out to Neighbor. Going baseline. Neighbor driving in. Tries to go up and under. Misses everything besides the bottom of the backboard, and it's going to be out of play. Central City basketball, a minute 22 to go. 62-44, Alburnett. Lucas Greif will inbound it for the Wildcats. The Klostermans are both in the backcourt. Matthew takes it. Matthew into the front court. Has it top of the key. Over to Aiden Klosterman, left wing. Thought about a three, dribbling right. Over to Marcus Shellhorn. Into the corner to Greif. Now over to Matthew Klosterman. Fakes the three. Driving inside. Goes up. Layup's no good. Swings it out. Now goes back up. It is no good, but he's fouled. Titan Bowers is called for the foul. That is his fourth. And Matthew Klosterman will shoot 2. Matthew's got 9 so far tonight. Chance to get it as high as 11 at this trip to the line. 62 seconds to go in the game. 62-44 is our score. Matthew's first free throw is up and good. He gets the first. He's in double figures with 10. One more upcoming for the sophomore point guard, Matthew Klosterman. Second one on the way from Matthew. That is good as well. Makes both. He's got 11. 62-46. Inbounds pass goes to Osborne into the front court. Driving quickly. Stops. Kicks it out. Adam Neighbor with the basketball, top of the key. 55 seconds to go. And Neighbor is fouled by Lucas Greif intentionally. And that will be Lucas's second. Team foul number 9. 1-1 is upcoming for Adam Neighbor. Neighbor has 5 points so far tonight. He will shoot a 1-1 for the Pirates. And they've got 5'11" Matthew Klosterman set to box out the 6'8" Titan Bowers. First free throw on the way from Adam Neighbor is no good. I'm shocked that Bowers got the rebound over Matthew Klosterman. He puts it up and it's good. Matthew sends it down to Aiden Klosterman. Over to Shellhorn. He'll take a corner three. That's no good. Rebounded by Caton. And I don't know why we're still fouling. As now we give it over to Osborne. And they foul. Makai Benton does. That'll be his fourth. And Braden Osborne will shoot 2. Yep, it is 2. They're in the double bonus. Osborne already having himself a night. He's got 25 as the Pirates will empty their bench here late in the game. It's 2 shots, so the 5 in, 5 out will have to wait. And one player will have to stay for the free throw shooter. First free throw on the way is good. Osborne has 26. See if I can get all these subs. We've got Braden Smith, a 5'10 junior, joining Matthew Neighbor. We've got Carson Rose into the game. And we've also got, if he will turn, show me his number, there he is, Logan Borrett also into the game. Another player, I believe, is at the scorer's table waiting for the shooter, as Osborne makes both. And he will retire tonight with 27 points. What a game from Braden Osborne. And he is replaced by the re-entering Peyton Baker. 66-46, 30 seconds to play. Shot clock is off. Matthew Klosterman gives it over to Lucas Greif. Looking to drive in, picks it up. Inside to Benton. Puts it up. That is going to be no good. Rebound picked up by Shellhorn. His putback is short. Gets his own rebound. Goes back up. And there is a foul going to be called. Waiting for the indication on who committed the foul. And it will be Matthew Neighbor, his first. And it will be 2 free throws for Makai Benton. 19 seconds to play. Shot clock is off. Benton will shoot 2. He's got 14 so far. Benton makes the first. Give him 15. And he will shoot 1 more. Really nice game here tonight from Benton. 15 points, could be 16, and really doing things all over. Benton makes both. 16 points for him. As the Wildcats will pull off their press. We'll see if the Pirates just hold it out. That will be the case, as Logan Borrett will dribble out these last several seconds. 6 seconds and counting to go in the game. Gives it over to Carson Rose. That is going to just about wrap things up here tonight from Alburnett. Final buzzer sounds. Our final score, Alburnett 66 and Central City 48. Wildcats really gave a good effort. It's a heck of an Alburnett ball club they've got this year, and the Wildcats stayed with them for pretty much the entire game. They never left striking distance, but couldn't be competitive down the stretch. And our final score is Alburnett 66 and Central City 48. So we'll take a look at some final numbers here tonight. First for the victorious Pirates. They were led by 27 points from Braden Osborne. He's quite the player. Had quite the game. Titan Bowers had 15 as well. Mason Neighbor pitched in 11. Adam Neighbor and Jordan Caton both added 5. And Grayson Carolyn had 3 points for the Pirates. For Central City, Makai Benton led the way with 16. Aiden Klosterman pitched in 11, as did Matthew Klosterman. Marcus Shellhorn had 6. Lucas Greif, as well as Braden Rickles, both had 2 points for Central City. So with the victory, the Pirates improved to 5-1, 4-1 in the Tri-Rivers West. The Wildcats fall to 4-4 on the season, 3-2 in the Tri-Rivers West. But when you think about the 4 teams they've lost to a couple of 3A programs in Union as well as Independence. And their 2 conference losses are to the best 2 teams in the conference, indisputably, Alburnett and North Lynn. So certainly they shouldn't feel too sorry for themselves or feel poorly about themselves, as they certainly have every indication that they could do some special things this season. Tough one here tonight, but they fought hard, stayed with them for a while, and they certainly have some positives and some negatives they can build on coming out of this game. So the Wildcats shouldn't hang their head whatsoever. It was a tough effort from the Wildcats here tonight. So that's going to just about do it here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, from Alburnett. One more time, final scores from tonight. Alburnett girls defeated Central City 59-36. Pirates improved to 5-2, 4-2 in the West. Wildcats fall to 2-7, 1-5 in the Tri-Rivers West. For Central City, they fall to Alburnett by a final of 66-48. Pirates improved to 5-1, 4-1 in the Tri-Rivers West. And Central City falls to 4-4, 3-2 in the west side of the Tri-Rivers Conference. Wildcats will be back at it coming up on Monday for a non-conference East versus West matchup at Midland, taking on the Eagles. And I will be back on the call this coming Tuesday. Wildcats host, I believe it is East Buchanan. That is correct. The Buccaneers come to town for the final game of 2022. That is this coming Tuesday, the 20th of December. I'll be on the call. You can tune in here on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page or the NFHS Network. Either way, very excited to bring you that coverage from Central City. So before we sign off, one more time, Alburnett wins at 59-36 in the girls' game, 66-48 for the boys. It's a Pirate sweep here tonight from Alburnett High School. Until we speak again, I'm David Warrington saying good night and go Cats.